chains. Ain't no stopping, we were born to break the 1, 2, 3, too quick, can't catch us. Drip too clean, no stains on our technique. Talking big game, but they know they can't test us. If they want smoke, then we tell them come and get us. Yeah, they love the way we move, too smooth when we break the rules. Yeah, got the crown and we never lose. We don't follow, we set the groove. Yeah, lights flash, cameras on, go viral. Trendsetter status, yeah, we break cycles. Level up daily, got no rivals. Too iconic, this is our arrival. Switch it up, we elevate, no debate, keep it real. Never fake, heavyweight, talking tough. That's a big mistake, we accelerate, we don't hesitate, yeah.
What the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
It started all over again.
I like this
It's
so
looped.
much.
We're in the Matrix. Everything's looping.
We're in the Matrix, yeah. But yeah, hello everybody out there in YouTube land. It's good to be here other than that awkward introduction intro
Actually,
that we just did.
What did they say at the Matrix? Isn't that like deja vu? When you say deja vu, it's a repeating of the same. That's what they reference that as. So that's why
Yes.
I like the way they did that. That was cool. It was like, oh wow.
Exactly. But other than that, hope you guys can hear me fine. Had some technical issues, but we are here. We're going to talk about some stuff. Hopefully, we will get some other people on the panel. Hopefully, don't know yet. We're looking at you, Cash Money, wherever you are out there with your vegan food.
Oh, where could our cash money be? Oh,
With his vegan food. What do you call
Is
it
he
again?
actually? Is he vegan?
Tofu.
Actually, I didn't know that.
No, he's not.
No, he's
Oh,
not.
okay.
He's
I thought
vegan.
I was gonna say I get some recipes off. I actually want to learn. I mean, I'm not vegan. I'll still have meat, but it'd be cool to have like some side dishes with veggies. Sometimes it's cheaper.
Just ask Cash. You know, he has a lot. You know.
Yeah. He's California. See, we joke about that. I joke about that. I started that mess up because he's in California. So
Oh, okay.
so I figured,
He's a
I'm just gonna go
Californian.
with him. He's a California boy. California boy.
Exactly.
Don't you know? He's out there getting a tan in San
With his big chin.
Californication.
But other than
Excuse me,
that,
sir, can you move? Your chin is blocking the sun.
exactly. But other than that, of course, I'm here. At least for now. Baron Norman Tag. How are you,
Yo.
buddy?
I'm doing just absolutely peachy. Did a nice recording with Pops. They were talked about. Well, I'm not going to say what we talked about, but it's going to be airing probably in a week or so.
It's a movie,
but
right?
We've been talking about movies. Yeah, about movies. Like we did Transers, which if anybody hasn't seen
crap.
Transers, find it. It's out on Tubi. I think it's a great movie. One of those B films. And of course, we talked about Rocketeer. And then we went
Rocketeer
to
is good.
Yeah, and then we went back to B film again. So, yeah, please, everybody,
You know, that's
So other than
exciting.
that,
That's
yeah,
exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. Of course, I'm here, so yeah. Actually, this is the best I've felt in I don't know how long, so I'm all perky. I'm all ready to give everybody problems. Jace already had to put me in my corner. He said, okay, Baron, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this.
Yeah, don't do this, man, you know,
don't piss
or
me
I will
off,
come
man.
with
I'll
my
take
whip.
You out, man. I'll take you out, man. I'll take you out. I didn't
Exactly.
bring you into this world, but I can take you out.
Exactly. And of course, we have, you call yourself New Beginnings this time, but Techno Sapien Geek, aka Tom.
Yes. Hello.
Tom. Or as
How are you doing,
Chatler
buddy?
do, you go, Tom.
What should I put? I'm existing. I broke my toe this week randomly. Didn't know. I'm like, why is my toe full of red blood? And being a diabetic, that's scary. A little known fact, if your toes go a different color, you're like, oh crap. And I get super worried. So I'm in the hospital the next day. And she sees me, she's like, oh. But then I go ahead and get x-rayed. Oh, by the way, it's just broken. You're fine. Like, what? Okay.
It's broken, it's fine.
But it's better. That's why it's discolored. Because at first, the diabetic, if you're discolored, it's like, oh, you might lose it, But no, it's just
Yeah,
broken.
exactly.
And it didn't look any different today. They went me in again today. It's a little bit better. So now she's like, just tie. I gotta tie it to the next toe next to it. But it's scary that I don't feel anything. Like I have the feeling on the outside, but I
Yeah.
didn't. Like it didn't hurt at all. So that's scary.
Exactly.
So
That's scary, yeah.
I'm kind of on
I mean,
edge.
that can happen. Of
It's
course, he's
snor-
leaving out the part also when he was asking, "There's can we do the turn my head and cough thing, please? Can we?"
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I do that all the time. Trouble is, I always get male nurses, so I have a problem with. But I still do it anyways. Can we do that? Oh, wait, well,
No,
we're on the air. Are we on the air already?
yeah,
Damn
we're
it.
on the air. Yeah,
Ah!
right.
More
But,
things to be used against me.
I will say one thing. I did see an interesting film this week with Skarsgård, a brand new film. He did
hell you say?
Wow.
called Locked, where he plays this criminal that gets locked into a car.
yes.
What
This
an
one
interesting
isn't-
film. Wow, that
It
was
is.
intriguing. Yeah.
I am gonna get to watch it at some point. Haven't gotten the time, but I am gonna get to watch it at some point. It looks really interesting.
It's with
What you're saying is a typical weekend Jace has. Okay. I see where it's going.
Yeah, because I look like Bill Skarsgård, so it's a typical week in my life. You
Well,
know?
no, I'm not saying that you look like him. It's just a situation. we wouldn't dare.
Oh, situation. So you think I would be locked up in a car just like that movie? Oh God.
Yeah.
But it's one of the very interesting films that there's not a lot of actors in it. It's mostly him and Anthony Hopkins. That's all you'll really, for the most part. There's some other side characters you see occasionally, but it's mostly him. It's one of those films that's mostly in a small, condensed area. That's hard to do, but they really did it well.
Exactly.
That's, and Anthony Hopkins is a legend, so it was like, okay. Mind you, he's starting to show his age, of course, but I mean, he's up there, man, but still putting on brilliant performances. It's wow. It was just very interesting. It was kind of a thriller, horror type thing, but it was really, really good. So
Well, and see, and it shows you about the writing and what we've been complaining about all the time. Here you have a film that only has like 2 people, but it can keep you wrapped up because the writing, the actor, everything about it is. It shouldn't be. You'd think, oh, it's going to be a boring movie, but it's not. And then, of course, what happens? You go out there, get these big action films. It's like, yeah, are we done yet? It's like, oh boy, this is so
Yeah, exactly.
stupid. So. Again, it's like we want quality, not quantity. We don't need.
it's a Sam Raimi film, by the way. So it's like, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I am gonna get my ass to watch it. But yeah, I'm excited because I am gonna watch the Thunderbolt movies. The movie that's gonna be a lot of fun. In a couple of days. So
you and Tom are going to be the 2 people that actually see it. Okay, just wanted to know.
I spent my money. Actually, I caved in. I sold some albums for my dad, and I sold some of my PS2 games that I have on sale. And I caved, and I bought Oblivion remastered. I'm sorry, I loved Oblivion. I loved it so much, but
Sorry for me, man.
that's okay, dude.
freaking
Yeah,
for
you
a
should
digital.
be sorry. How dare you, man?
Now
How
remember,
dare
we
you.
talked about this a few weeks ago. A digital game, $91 after taxes. That's what it came to, and a remastered at that. Like what? That's a brand new price game. But I'm not gonna. We can harp on for hours. We know my opinion on that. I think digital should be half price from what physical copies should have been. But I'm still
it
looking
should,
forward to
yeah.
playing it though. So, but I spent my movie money on that, so I will find a way maybe next week to go on cheap night somehow. I still want to go see Thunderbolts, but yeah. I had to get Oblivion.
But to be fair, Tom,
Exactly.
that's what they promised us with either it was going to be electronic books or games like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be cheaper for you because we don't have to worry about packaging and stuff like that.
Exactly.
No disc,
And
no
it's like-
casing, no
No
shipping
disc, no
costs,
casing, no shipping, no nothing.
no paying a third
so-
party like Walmart or Zelle or whoever company they're selling it through. It's just
Right?
them.
Yeah.
They-
No wholesaling out. It's going right. Or I
Yeah.
suppose if they're doing Steam, then whatever it is, they have a deal with Steam.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
still,
yeah.
I mean, it's it's like lie to me some more, please. Oh, I love it. Lie some more. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they love to lie.
Yeah.
And that is, that is a shame. It is unfortunate, as we as collectors, and then we want this, we want we want everything to collect, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
But the cool thing, just on side note, from what I'm hearing, for the first time in years, a Bethesda game released with hardly any, if none, glitches. Like, what? They actually tested it before you
Hopefully.
Wow. And the cool side note, the people making Sky Oblivion, that's on the Sky, they're making Oblivion on the Skyrim engine. They actually each got a free copy of this game, I guess. That's amazing. Nintendo would have shut them down. This company's like, no, keep your project, keep it going. We'll have 2 copies of Oblivion out there, and here, have a free copy of ours. Like, that's respect. I like that.
That is best. That is good. That's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
So I was
Right.
like, ooh, yeah.
And ever since we mentioned, lying and stuff like that, we are gonna talk about one topic with one of the the big liars in Hollywood. And
No good. I think I know who you're
in-
talking about.
yeah, he's done some Marvel stuff, he's done some DC stuff, some other stuff on the side. But he likes to lie a lot. He's a big liar. He never fired Henry Cavill. Nah, never.
Nothing about his age or anything, and
No, nothing.
no.
His
So,
long extended vacations with Ezra Miller. Ezra.
oh yeah, he loves Ezra Miller.
Yeah, he
And that was
does.
his favorite movie.
Yeah, that's why he's still. He hasn't been let go.
So
I mean, it's
let's
ridiculous.
get into it then.
We are okay.
Yes. 2025 Superman movie just confirmed its 7 main villains.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
7
Okay.
main villains. Well, that's kind of
Mm.
too much for a beginning of a Superman movie. Maybe build up Superman first, make people care about the actor and this version of Superman. And have just what about you can have maximum 2 villains, sure, but if you're gonna have one, you should have one main villain.
Like this
Well-
brings back, and I've said it before. Remember Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, the third one? We had like 3 or 4 villains, and people hated that. Like too many. It's like there's Sandman, there's this, there's a Venom, there's and I thought it was a little too much. But 7,
Yeah.
that's, no,
It's
no.
like I could say it like this: if this was a team up movie with the Justice League
like
against,
a Justice League, yeah.
yeah, then I can understand having certain villains. It's gonna be a big battle. Like Endgame style.
Well,
But
or take a look at Superman 2, where you had 3 villains, but they're working together because they were a team.
Yes.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, Zod and the gang is like that made sense. Okay,
Exactly. So, Superman now has over half a dozen villainous characters set to bring their best against David Cornsweet, Man of Steel. New marketing material for DC Studios' upcoming Superman movie confirmed 7 of the unique villains and enemies taking the spotlight in the DC blockbuster this summer. And it's also funny because Superman is a lot of other superheroes in the movie, and you have a lot of villains. And I'm like, can we just get like a proper Superman movie where you can actually build up a story and make us care
Right.
about him instead of just throwing us in with a lot of cameo fests?
Right. I mean, we don't even need to have Lex Luthor as his first main villain. Just a good villain.
Exactly. Just a,
No, we
just a
don't-
good villain.
We don't need a background story. That's already been told.
Mhm.
But we can have him already working at the planet and being Clark
Exactly.
Kent. Just slowly build up to something and boom. But
Exactly.
no, let's
You
just
get a lot of that with dialogue. Just a drop line here about that brings you up to speed. Everything that's going on. It's like
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's not very hard, but these people they need to show you everything.
He can be with Lois
Exactly.
already and boom, 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 and just no. It's
Mhm.
just,
It's like I feel like this movie should probably be like 6 to 7 hours long because they add so fucking much into it.
Well, it might be. Well, who knows how long the sucker's gonna be? I mean, ain't out yet.
yeah.
Mm.
So,
Oh, sorry.
DC fans are eagerly waiting for the second full trailer. I'm not waiting for the second trailer. Really, I don't wait.
Who's this story from again?
From Direct.
Bite me. I'm a DC
Yeah.
fan. Bite me.
Yeah, I'm a DC fan too, and I'm not waiting for the second trailer. Will
don't
we
think
talk? Will we talk about it? Probably, but that's only reason.
Hey, did you notice that the new Superman and Rachel Ziegler both have the same eyes? When you see all that scene where
Oh,
they
never thought about
No.
that.
It's like, okay, do we have a little relationship? Maybe they're like step subs and they don't know it. I don't know.
Right? But for James Gunn's Superman's movie, which will be the first film in Gunn's new DCU after his promotion to DC Studios CEO, co-CEO, marketing the first solo Superman film since 2013's Man of Steel. Well, Henry Cavill is a good Superman, and I want Henry Cavill back. And finish that story, please.
Yeah.
David's Cornsweat's hero is set to blast into a universe already filled with chaos. Yeah, it's a cameo fest, so it's a
Yeah.
cameo chaos. Yes. Following 2024's Creature Commandos that sucked dick and
Yeah.
was terrible, and James Gunn had to insert himself into the show.
Why not? Kurtzman put himself in on Gutter Deck, so right.
Yeah, exactly. And with also Creature Commandos, that's also when James Gunn came out and talked about his other DC project that he did in the past, like Peacemaker Season 1 and his Suicide Squad. And he said, uh, it is, just an unperfect memory. So it means that basically not everything that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he talked about that. That's imperfect memory. So we can say it like this, Peacemaker Season 1 is not canon to Season 2 because it was an unperfect memory, apparently. And his
What?
Suicide Squad is also an unperfect memory. That means they can bring back characters he have killed because it's like, it's an unperfect memory.
Or it's just
I
a load
wish
of
we could say
BS
the
because he
same thing
doesn't.
about
Yeah,
him.
it's just a load of BS because he has no real clue what he's doing. Simple.
He's just making stuff, but no, he's like Dave Filoni. Doesn't know how
Baloney,
to
yeah.
run continuity.
No. Well,
And-
when Filoni was under Lucas and Lucas kept him under control, yeah. But the moment that he was cut loose, Lucas wasn't around no more, and Filoni Baloney went Filoni Baloney.
That's the thing. Somebody
Exactly.
always needs somebody to curtail their abilities. Is James Gunn bad? No, he's actually done amazing films, but he needs somebody looking over him. Now that he's in charge, we're showing
his
that no, he's-
ego, showing his
Yeah.
ego.
Yeah, like
Well,
put him in
that's
check
the-
and have somebody above him. He can do good work. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he's got free reign. It's like he just horrible.
Well, the problem is he's a Cole, right? But no one told him, or he didn't listen to that part. You're just a Cole guy with this. Sure. I'm in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
other
what he
guy's
did
going,
though, because he's just a co-CEO, but he took control over the whole project, basically.
Yeah.
He's supposed to work with others. Nah,
He doesn't
He
play
doesn't.
with others.
he doesn't.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of the people that worked with them on Guardians of the Galaxy, backing him up, and when those allegations were made, and his tweets came up and such, and they said we're not going to do another one unless he comes back. I appreciate that because he did a good job with those films.
that's good
I mean, I haven't seen the
commandership.
third one yet. I haven't seen the third one yet, but the thing is his other track record. Excuse me, you suck.
Exactly. So every villain featured in DC Studios' 2025 Superman movie. Hammer of Boravia. I don't know if I butchered it. I'm sorry. But a new behind-the-scenes look at Superman's 2025 Superman movie confirmed the illustration of a seventh villain, the Hammer of Boravia. The massive agonist shows up in full for the first time at the mark of the video. Ducked in high-tech suit of armor, and he's also on front page of the Daily Planet in other trailer clips.
Yay.
Interestingly, this character does not appear to be based on a villain from DC Comics, rather being a creation of director James Gunn for this movie.
Okay, he's gonna suck. No, honestly, he's gonna suck.
Yes, no, I get you. I agree. And while Boravia is a country seen often in comics lore, the Hammer of Boravia is not a character associated with that country.
Hmm.
Why use that name then?
Because James Gunn is an idiot.
Oh God. Well, you know what? That's gonna be a boring villain, I guess. It's gonna suck, as you say.
Yeah, maximum suckage.
And then, of course, we have Lex Luthor. No villain in DC Comics is tied more closely to Clark Kent than Lex Luthor, of
Yeah.
course, who will make his DCU debut in Superman with Nicholas Hoult. Again, I think he's a great actor portraying him. He is expected to remain a key figure in the franchise past in this movie as well. Luthor's relationship with Superman in this movie is teased to be contagious, hating the metahuman, almost, yeah, more of the typical Lex Luthor stuff.
Hmm. No, I mean, seeing this picture there, he looks good. He looks good as Luther there. And I see he's wearing the green that he was always known for. So are they going to be bringing him back to his mad scientist route? I hope so.
Yeah, like that is like one of the things that I like in it. And then we get to something I talked about for a long time, but not many people out there want to listen.
Before you go into that, let me just say one thing
Oh,
too.
are you talking? Jay,
The
did
last
Say something?
the last time was it the last Zack Snyder's I Still Love His Universe. I hated that Lex Luthor. I forget the actor's name, but I hated that Lex Luthor. He tried to
Yeah,
be more
I- and also
the
in that
Joker.
yeah, but also in that defense, it was more like Riddler, but that was
Yeah.
not like that. It was not Lex Luthor that people think he was. This was Lex Luthor Jr. And if you read the comics, Lex Luthor actually has a son named Lex Luthor. Also, he was Lex Luthor Jr. So in the Snyderverse, he didn't use the guy Lex Luthor Senior that we know and love. He used Lex Luthor Jr. So it's actually not Lex Luthor that people thought he was. It is actually his son.
But the way he portrayed it, and he was trying to
but that
copy
for
after
me
Heath
that was
Ledger.
a good thing. No, for me it was a good thing that he was separated from his father because in the comics he was a little bit too similar to his father at times in the way he acts and looks. And so I don't mind that change that he used the son instead. That's why
said
he
it-
was
yeah.
younger too.
Yeah, to me, Michael Rosenbaum blessed Lex Luthor. Unless you go back to Christopher Reeves and oh god, what was his name? Played Lex
Jackson.
Luthor. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, at
amazing.
least they played the main Lex Luthor, senior, the real one, like the father. But so here we go to like Ultraman, and I said this from the beginning when the leaks came out and when the trailer came out. This is Ultraman. He has the Ultraman logo. He is Superman from a different universe. He is AKA the evil version of Superman in a different universe. That's basically what he is. While the actor playing this villain is unknown, and other antagonists joining massive cast of Superman is a dark-suited Ultraman. I'm not the biggest fan of the suit either they used here. I don't know.
looks
It's like
He looks like a sand person from Star Wars. I mean,
yeah,
out.
he does.
I'm going club. Is a sand person going out clubbing in Mos Eisley?
Now I get that sound in my head. He's sitting on a mountain. I don't know why.
Exactly. and also and they also mention it here. Numerous characters have donned the mantle in the comics, but the common amongst them all of them is that they are alternate reality doppelgangers of Superman himself. And that I do know. I've read some of those comics and stuff like that. And again, he's from a different universe, a different reality. Do we really need to bring more multiverses into this?
Well, you gotta remember, he worked with DC. That's what they were obsessed with. I mean, Marvel. My apologies. And look how obsessed they were with multiverses in that one.
Why do I expect Deadpool to stick his face in and not care about the universe and say lazy writing? Anyway.
Actually, I'd like that. I think that.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Important to remember about Ultraman that he is strengthened by the exposure to kryptonite, which is known as Superman's biggest weakness. Throughout his media of history, yes, in his home universe, he's also the leader of the Justice League, the evil counterpart of Justice League called the Crime Syndicate. And I think Baron, you know about this because you're a DC guy, so you probably know also about the storylines and stuff about the Crime Syndicate.
I really need to
Uh,
crack open my comic books again.
yeah. So we're gonna start with you, Baron, as a DC fan yourself too. How do you feel that they're using Ultraman, who is from a different universe, and like, and he's basically Clark Kent himself, and we're gonna like have Clark Kent versus Clark Kent. Like, what do you feel about this direction with
Well,
Ultraman? We know about the others, but Ultraman itself.
and by itself, it wouldn't be bad because, again, like you said, it is canon, is part of it. But are we ready for it yet? I don't think so. We don't need this right now, especially when you're seeing about these. I mean, they kind of did a little bit of that with Christopher Reeve when I believe it was Lex Luthor came up with that alternate Superman, or the anti Superman in that one. It's not needed now. I mean, it's interesting to explore later, but right now, don't. Especially when you
And
got
I agree with
7
that. Yeah.
people.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it would be something interesting to explore later on. Not now. We're too busy trying to start a new property, and as much as like I think we said it before here, we don't need to have Lex Luthor as his villain, but just have a good villain done right. That's all.
Exactly, and then you can build on that, with next movies and the universe you want to create.
In fact, the best thing to do is actually have Lex Luthor in there, but in the background, and then
Yeah,
bring
like a
him out
small
more with the
character,
next
just
film.
like a side thing, and build him up.
Yeah, you can see that he's like being some sort of puppet master in the background, but he's not in the foreground. And keep it a little bit of a secret. It's like, it's like, who is
That's
this
what I'm
guy?
thinking. Lex Luthor's he's the smart enough guy. He'd be the one pulling the strings on
Yeah.
the villain attacking Superman at the time. And you find out, oh, it's Lex doing it the whole time. It's like, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that could have worked a lot better. So what
And
about
I'd
you,
love
Tom?
I'd love to, and if you're gonna bring Lex back, like I'm tired of him being the evil corporate guy. I want him in his suit.
Ah,
Oh,
yes, I'd love to
yes.
see the suit.
Yes.
Yeah, I want him back to being the mad scientist, and which you can explore even more, like in a second film.
Exactly. It's just
because
that
we know
that
it's
is
gonna happen.
good planning. Yes, exactly. And what about you, Tom? Do you feel a lot of the same, or
Same, and I'm tired. For a first film, we're gonna be inundated with too many villains, and we're gonna get lost, and we're not gonna care. Remember, like I said, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, people hated it because too many villains.
Mhm.
We have Sandman, we have the Goblin, we have Venom. And people are like, "There's too many villains." Well, this is 7. What? Nobody. You're gonna lose track. Where's the story coming from? Where? It's gonna get convoluted, and you're gonna get
yeah,
lost.
it's most like I feel like it's most just gonna be fighting in action scenes and little story.
Right.
Yeah, where's the
Mhm.
actual deep story? Very little story. It's like you can't tell that much and that many villains to actually tell a good story.
Oh,
Unless the
because-
movie's
Which
like 7 hours, we'll go. This is a 7-hour film. It's like,
Yeah, right.
Like
7-hour
a Zack
film. You
Schneider
can.
film. Yeah, you can
No,
be
they're
like
gonna-
Zack Schneider.
No,
yeah, that.
James Gunn wants to beat Zack Schneider with
But
length.
the thing
But
is,
no,
they're
it's-
trying to Marvelize DC. Quit Marvelizing
Yes.
DC. They're two different creatures. And
They
they
are,
were kind of
100%.
doing that. They were kind of a little bit doing that with Zack Snyderverse a little bit. I'm not saying he was behind it, but the heads.
Yeah.
No, let DC be its own creature. That's why we have 2 different comic companies.
exactly.
And like when we've seen the first trailer of the new Superman movie, and that clip that came out with Crypto, it feels like a typical Marvel movie, and the same jokes that James Gunn does, and that's like one of the big problems.
Even worse is when they re-release those extra clips with Crypto jumping on Superman. You know the funny thing? I thought that was fake. I thought that was a thing. No, it turns out it was.
Oh, it
real.
was
Like,
real, yeah.
What
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hell? I don't want to see that. No.
So,
Well, you just
but-
did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It's like
So, while Ultraman
Oh.
is seen in a heated battle with Superman in a baseball arena in the movie's first trailer, his specific role in the film has yet to be revealed. Yeah, what we have seen that he works with other people too, so I don't know, because they capture Superman somehow, so.
Mhm.
And
Well, yeah, I
Ultraman
think-
is.
yeah.
Ultraman can
Okay.
take Superman because, again, they are both are Superman.
Yeah. Well, think of it this way. It's like Ultraman thrives on kryptonite, while
Yes.
it's deadly for soups.
Exactly.
That's how they could capture him. It'd be a great story. I mean, we've seen it before, and with Superman stories. So I'm sure that's what we're looking at. But I mean, I hope I hope. I mean, that's if
Yep.
you're a smart person, but we're talking about James Gunn.
Exactly. And then we get the engineer in this movie. The fourth main villain.
Oh, not that type of engineer. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry.
Yeah, main villain in Superman will be Angela Spicer, better known to DC fans as the Engineer. She will be portrayed by Maria Gabriela Di Faria. The Engineer is a known member of the Authority. Yes, because they're getting their own movie too. The Authority.
Oh,
they're
Why?
Yeah, that's.
Why?
I remember they're gonna do
Because-
that movie too. I forgot about. Yeah, they're doing that movie too. So
So he's
so
just doing a bunch of side projects. It sounds like he doesn't want main
Yeah.
characters. He wants a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxies. Like
Yeah.
like.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is,
so
one
this
of
is
the
gonna
stories
connect
he told
with-
us, that's what he said. That's what he was saying in a lot of it. He wants to focus on stuff like that. So that's why he did Creature
Exactly.
Commando.
that buff flopped.
No, it
So-
didn't. Not if you talk to him. It's the greatest. ever.
Not to him, no. It's like he thinks The Flash was the greatest superhero movie,
Oh,
and it
God.
didn't flop.
Oh.
Him and Ezra having their little nice time together. It's like, oh, you're so good. You're so good. Yeah, yeah.
Grant should
Oh,
have
yeah.
been in charge. Grant should have been Flash. That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, so we are getting that movie. So this is gonna connect. So they're gonna do, they're gonna connect it with this one. She boasts an impressive physical build. Her body is enhanced with nanotechnology that allows her to morph into various dangerous weapons. The villain may also have ties with Lex Luthor as this movie progresses,
What the hell you say?
potentially making for scary duo as they go after the Man of Steel. As long as it's James Gunn, is he gonna make like a weird love story between them?
Oh, it probably will be a triangle. And then
Yeah,
somehow
right.
Lois is going to get involved.
Yeah, right.
And then what's going to happen in the end? Lois goes off with her. Come on.
Yeah,
come on, be
right.
progressive here.
And then we have something that we did get to see is white alien villain. We don't know who it really is. They just called it white alien villain for now.
Of course.
In another short clip from DC sneak peek into Superman, fans saw what appears to be some kind of unspecific white alien. The mysterious creature stand next to both Lex Luthor and his armed guards. While there's no information on this character, no footage of him from Superman itself yet, the being may be one Lex Luthor finds in space and recruits to fight Superman. It could also be somebody from whom Lex seeks out information on the Kryptonian hero. It could potentially be a white Martian. Yeah, it was similar to Martian Manhunter, teasing the species introduction in Greater DC in Greater DC soon. Yeah, greater and greater. That's a certain
Yeah.
point of view.
No, I don't mind the white Martian one because I mean I like their story touched in with Martian Manhunter John Johns, so that's actually a really good story. So I'd be okay with that. So
As long as
but-
you don't make the whole species to black people like they did in CW.
Well, but the thing comes across that, yeah, we're not against it. But again, look how many villains you have in there. It's like, come on.
Baron, look at this. You were saying the suit. The fact that they have these soldiers, I mean, maybe the
Yes.
suit is. Maybe the suit will
So
be
of course we also have the LexCorp soldiers. He has his soldiers, of course. And then of course we have the kaiju.
just randomly. Here's a kaiju.
Just a kaiju randomly. Just because why not?
Hey, the Fantastic
this
Four.
is-
They got the big guy running around. Let's have a big guy too.
Well,
Yeah.
just to let you know, this guy tried out for the role of Godzilla in Godzilla -1. He lost out on it, so he had to do this film instead.
Yeah, right.
So,
Poor
But
kaiju.
that is all the villains and stuff that we do have in this movie that is confirmed behind the
Now,
scenes and
breaking
stuff
that
like
up-
that.
I'm surprised Zod's not in there.
the side one with the soldiers, I wouldn't count this as villains. They're just soldiers for Lex. So I wouldn't count them as a separate villain. They're tied in with him. So that would be Lex.
Yeah, no, I
there.
get you. I get you.
Yeah, so I think they're really misleading that heading. The headlines are seven main. They're not a main villain. They're just the characters that are serving.
They're misleading us?
Yes,
I'm shocked.
But the thing, even though yeah, the main thing is a other thing, but it's still too many
much.
villains.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
too many villains.
Way too many. It's like just
Yeah.
one main villain and maybe a side one that the main villain is using. Like I said, like Baron said, it was perfect. Lex is behind everything because he's the mastermind and wants to kill, and he's controlling another villain, which that's a perfect way to tell a story. It's been done before and it works. So boom, there you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, having a bunch of villains in Batman 66 is different than this because that was camp, that was having fun, everybody was having a grand
Yes.
old time. This
Yeah,
is supposed to
yeah,
be
yeah.
serious. So
Exactly.
you can't,
Yeah,
you don't have
and this is gonna be
time
like
to...
the first of the movies, like the beginning
Right.
of the movies.
So
So
So the next film is going to have 15 bad guys.
and then next one is gonna be like 20.
I mean, the Legion of Doom, bring them back if that's the case. But then you got to bring the others in. Where's Batman?
Yeah, then
basically...
it's too much, man. This is not a good plan. This is not a good strategy for it. And again, I don't have any faith in this. And more I hear about it, more things that is getting announced and confirmed. It's just like, bro, this is going out of hand. It's too much, man. And you don't really have a plan. Just be honest, James Gunn. You don't really have a good plan. Like.
I just don't care anymore. I'm not going to see it. I at first I was like, yeah. Now I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to see Superman now.
I would
They
love
lost
to.
me.
I would love to be excited. I'd love to see a good,
So would I.
Superman movie again, like.
Yeah, but when you heard the name Gunn in there, it's like, oh God, we're effed. And then of course they're talking about in
Yeah.
the beginning about how they're going to do race changes and all that. Remember that talk in the beginning?
Yep.
It was like, oh, we're going to, because. And we're going to try to tie it in with illegal aliens because he came as a refugee. And it's like, he came, he came in like Elian Gonzalez or whatever his name was back under Clinton's administration. What did they do to that kid that tried to escape? They sent him back. You know? So let's do the same thing with Soups, okay? I know that was weird. That's odd. That didn't work. But no,
but I get you,
they're
man.
trying
And
to,
it's
you got to go back to, if you're going to play the game of the immigrant coming, adoption of a new country, you got to do it like the original creators, who are sons of that, and were intimate in it, and not only that, Jewish, so they knew about being outsiders in this world.
Yeah.
And you got to go back to those idealism, but we're not having idealism. I'm sure of it. There's going to be no idealism. There's not going to be any hope. It's all going to be, I don't know, James Gunn's warped fantasy.
And it's going to be bad comedy because, like I said, we've seen that crypto scene
it is the same
on.
Yeah, it's.
I don't want to see that in a Superman
James
movie.
Gunn, you have to stop doing the same shtick and stupid things all the time. Bro, it's not good. It's not looking good, man. And your Creature Commando failed. It flopped.
I watched
it
the
didn't
first
do
10
well.
minutes of the first episode. I haven't watched anything since. I just
You
couldn't.
see
I
how
was
he
like,
feels about Republicans too. What he did there too. We know how he
yeah.
feels about that. So
Yeah.
no,
Well,
it is.
that's
It
just
is.
it. And people who have faith, the same thing there. His attacks on that. I mean, it's fine if you're not a person of faith, but you're being a twat waffle about it.
So
I'm not
I
going
was-
to go out there and be a twat waffle against someone who's atheist or someone who's, like you, Jace, who follows the old gods or agnostic or Hindu. No, I mean, it's a different viewpoint, but that's not James Gunn. He's
No,
going to go
yeah.
out there and openly mock.
There's so much attack on different religions nowadays. I find it's disgusting. Like I was raised Catholic, 100%. Catechism, I'm not anymore. I have my own beliefs, but I still have family that are, and I respect the hell out of them because if it helps you survive this world, then good for you for having that faith. At least it's having a belief in a system that helps you survive, But some people attack that thing nowadays, and I don't understand it. And especially these famous people. Again, I'm going to go back to the sayings: hire PR people, just like Disney's the worst. but DC's
Yeah,
not too far off.
get good PR people that
Yeah.
actually
Well-
knows their job, you know. But again, they care
Mhm.
more about the money and the agenda more than anything else, you know.
It's just frustrating.
Well, again, I think I said that of this the other day on Pop Talk, but they don't have handlers. Remember when they used to have handlers?
Yes, 100%.
We don't have handlers. If they do have a handler, it's a yes man,
Yeah.
and they don't do anything.
Yep.
But we used to have these handlers that go along and say, yeah. This is the situation. This is what we're going to see. These are what we're going to be talking about. And whatever you do, keep your mouth shut in this area. And if they did start talking out of their ass, they kind of come along the side and start whispering and saying, "Hey, can you shut up now? Just please shut up."
Yeah,
Exactly. You know,
100%.
and no, again, you know, the people who are excited for it, you know, good for you. You know, go and watch it. Have great time with it if you do. You know, great for all of you. But it's not for me. It's not for
Yeah.
me. So
Like a good buddy of mine says, Mike, comic relief center, if you like it, you win. And good for you, exactly. But me, I'll find other ways to watch it. We'll watch it, but I'm not going to theater. It's not getting my money.
it's not worth it, in my opinion.
No,
And
no, it's not.
and James Gunn has to shut the fuck up. You know, the fucking
Yeah.
ego. It's like, yeah. Yeah, what can we say that we not already said about him, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, what I heard that he was taking over, it's like, oh, the DCFU.
Yeah.
It's gone. You
Exactly.
just effectively ruined it. And
No, exactly. And I think this is on your side, Baron. So I'm gonna let you.
oh, hi, Courtney. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. I hope things are going great. Yeah, Courtney's a great person. You know, if you ever need to have a guest, you should try ask her.
Okay.
She's an oddball like us.
Yeah, and she has oddballs in her name, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's very sweet.
And of
Very sweet
course, we have him too.
Oh, some called him Tim.
Yes. Hail to you, Tim. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Good to see you. And you know, she said, "Good to see you too." No, thank you for people who are watching the show. It's a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody out there. We are multi-streaming on different channels, even on Cash Money's channel, and he is not even here. Even though I
that?
did see him write in Discord in one of the chats. So,
Oh, you did?
Cash, come on, dude.
Yeah, like, you know.
We know you're eating that
Yeah.
vegan shit, man. Come on. What's more important, your friends or the vegan
The ve-
shit?
He's trying to be healthy. He's trying to be healthy. Come on.
I
He
didn't
got
eat some
that
good
chin.
meat.
Mhm.
And then we have Pacific 414. Hail to you, man. Hello, all.
Hey,
Just
Mike.
got home. Hey, Mike, if you got time, I have sent you the invite. We are a few people missing, so
Yeah.
if you want to pop in, it would be fun to have you on, man. It's been a while to
Yeah.
we had you
I
on.
think he went to. Yeah, I think he went to that. They had movie trailers. That's all it was, and $3 to get in, and they're showing all
yeah.
the movie trailers. So that actually sounds kind of fun. It's like, oh, Mike, you went and paid for a commercial.
Hmm.
You're the type of person they look for.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
and I also have news on the Until Dawn movie that just came out. A good friend of mine watched it, and I asked him, how was it good or was it bad, right? And he's a big gamer compared to us. Like, he's goddamn, that's his whole thing on YouTube and stuff like that. He's a great gamer. The movie, it's a prequel to the game.
Mhm.
So, a little spoiler, everything that happens is kind of a world that you get trapped into.
Mm.
So it's like a weird thing. The whole
Thanks,
thing just
Courtney.
sounded weird.
Yeah, I
not-
never get into that game. I tried it for a while. I was like, I
Yeah,
can't get it.
everything I heard about him say about that movie, I'm like, oh god, this sounds. It sounded like they were on acid, like hardcore acid. I know how it is to be on
Oh, like
acid.
me.
I used to do drugs back in the day, and I'm just like, it feels like I'm, back in the older days when I used acid and drugs. Like this movie feels like my brain was at that time. It was just
Hey, yo,
all over. They even had
hey,
Slenderman characters and
oh,
everything. It was what the fuck? That's not what the original game was. What the hell you guys
hey,
doing?
hey, Chase. Being that you dropped acid back in the day, do you think Katy Perry was dropping acid when she went up? Because it sure looked it up in
Oh
the
god.
giant,
You
the
know what I'm gonna
Bezos pecker
say?
rocket.
This is just the way I am. I think that was fake. I don't think that was real.
You're not the only one. You know what? Mike is also in the same camp, and
Yeah, it
I'm
looked
getting
so
one over.
fake. It looked
I'm getting one over.
so animated. It looked too fake to be real.
Yeah. I'm getting I'm you know what? I'm sorry, I'm going Alex Jones on this because they're turning the freaking gourd gay. The chemicals go on.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And
I mean I try to hold back, but I still say Michelle Obama is a guy.
yeah, right.
But yeah, this was yeah, I'm getting one over. You and Mike
yeah,
are winning me over on this and some of the other
yeah,
stuff, so
yeah. It's crazy. But he also said, Pacific also said, there were some trailers I thought are maybe, and then others that were definitely pass. But for $3, it wasn't bad. No, that's cool,
yeah.
dude. Like if it's just that's actually cool. I wish we had something similar here that would actually be interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's three
Actually,
dollars. It's like go out, have fun. You better. Did you have nachos? Do you have your nachos, man? Nacho, man.
nachos, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm a popcorn guy. It's hard for me to comprehend having nachos in the theater. But I
yeah,
mean, I'm not mocking anybody for doing it, except for Cash if he does it.
yeah,
But
no, exactly.
just give me that big tub of popcorn,
Yeah.
and I'll be happy.
Um, Nelson Mike, if you have time, please pop in, man. I think, yeah, I did send you the link if I'm not mistaken. Would love to have your thoughts on some stuff. That I would
See,
absolutely do.
he's gonna use you as a weapon against Cash. He's like, look, I got Mike, and you weren't here. So
Yeah, exactly.
you're gonna be used, man. You're being used.
Exactly. uh, but no, we are gonna get to some other articles too. I know that I know I'm having them tomorrow when I go to see Revenge of. Yeah, that's yes. I know.
I would love to. I'd love to
Yeah,
do that again.
I know I don't know if there are more seats here in Norway.
Mm.
I need to check that up because I was gonna buy, but I didn't have the time to because I live a
Oh
busy
shit.
life. There's still some places left, but it's
Mm.
none of the places I like to sit. So unfortunately, that might be a
Someplace.
skip. Yeah, it might be a skip for me to go to the cinema because I'm looking at the seats,
Mm.
and none of those seats I like. I
Well,
do
you
not
gotta
like.
suck it up sometimes.
I can't.
Suck it up by
I
yourself.
the thing is that it's only in the front of the cinema. My eyes can't handle it, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When a kid that was kind of interesting, but I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
can't do
because I
that.
have bad vision, so I wear glasses and lenses,
Nerd.
and if I don't have lenses or glasses, I'm completely fucking blind, like I all blurry, as I like to call it, basically legally blind without it. And since I'm using the glasses and lenses, if I sit too close, it's gonna fuck up my head. I'm gonna get such a headache, and I can't focus because I'm so nearsight that I'm legally blind,
Yeah.
basically, and it doesn't work for my eyes because of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And if I take them off, take off the lenses or glasses, I can't see shit. So it's like,
And
and
I'm going to say this. The people are so anti-Disney, whatever. I hope this does good because it'd be a slap in the face to Disney that you have this. You know, I don't even want to think about it being 20 years old. Okay, I just don't. But it is. But George Lucas's last film that he did would kick ass over anything that they did with Disney. That'd be great, even this limited
yeah.
release. And it just to send the signal, this is what we want. I'm
But
rooting for it.
I do see
Oh, you
that the
take
other.
care. You have fun now, okay? Love you too,
Gotta
Courtney.
gotta run. A friend just came. Oh yeah, have a
We
great
need to
time. It was
talk.
nice seeing you. I hope to see you again. Always fun.
I'm serious. We need to talk here, Courtney, because we got to talk. We just got to talk. Maybe we can
Yeah,
do a show together or something. She's
but
very
but
interesting.
luckily
Musician, all that stuff. Yeah.
I see there are tickets on the local cinema, the other cinema. I see that that my local cinema is also showing it, and that's not normal that they do all the time. Mostly it's just a big cinema that does this.
Hmm.
So my local cinema is doing this too. So we have 4 different viewings the same day, different time zones, and they have a lot of seats available.
Oh,
210 available, 208
wow.
available. So, well, I think I'm just gonna order, tickets after the stream to my local cinema, and I'm gonna go and watch it there instead. So that's good. I am happy that my local cinema is doing better. I am happy for
Good.
that. Because
Yeah.
I normally only go to the local cinema 90% of the time. The only time that I go to the big cinema is when I know the local cinema doesn't show that movie or something like that, right? Or if it's like a big
Right.
event.
Hmm.
Because normally I go to like big events. Sometimes I go to like the premiere before the movies,
Hmm.
premiere before premiere.
Hmm.
And you get to like talk to people, maybe you'll meet some people, you'll get some more information about certain stuff.
Yeah.
Just a great time. The last time I did that was on a movie, a Norwegian movie, of Quisling, the biggest trader in Norway.
Hmm.
So we met the director and everything like that, and talked with him. Fantastic guy, a good
Hmm.
movie, really spot on who the crazy fuck was. And
Hmm.
hail to Pacific 4 aka Mike. Hey, brother.
Good evening, everybody. How's
Good
everyone doing?
evening. Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm
Doing
kind
good.
of
Doing
doing
good.
horrible. I didn't get the proper tofu at the store, and the kale is kind of wilty.
Yeah, no, exactly. But no, so the only times I go to cinema, like the big cinema, then is like for the bigger event stuff because it's not in
Hmm.
my local cinema. But and the reason I do not go much to my big cinema and I most just go to local cinema is because Norway, the cinema Odeon and SF Cinema and whatever name you guys are using these days. I'm gonna use this word one time. I normally
Okay.
don't do this, but on this stream, it'll be the second time I do it in a long time on a stream. You guys are fucking retarded bitches of assholes who can go and fuck themselves. Thank you.
Good
Wow.
combination.
Tell us how you really feel, Chase. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah, that's how I
don't
feel
hold back.
because
Don't hold back. Just let it out.
one, they still owe a lot of people money. People did not get the refund back, and it was all because of the No Way Home movie and what happened with that movie. All what happened with that when they delayed it and fucked up for so many. And we had to wait till next year to see it. Yeah. A lot of
Mm.
shit happened then. They started blocking people. They started removing people, reporting people. They all, because of the big franchise of cinema in Norway, a
Hmm.
lot of small local cinemas always went down and all
Mm.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it was a lot of things going on at that time. And I was trying to be civil, having the most proper talk with them, right?
Hmm.
Blocked me. Just blocked me. My email, everything. They blocked me. Um,
I'm putting a little bit of extra doubt about being civil. This is
no,
huge
but I
for
was
you.
actually being civil. I can be civil, man. I can be civil.
Yeah.
Um, especially when it's something like this. I want to be like more serious and not swear too much and be an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and this happened to a lot of people, and it was just so much drama that happened. It came to the news and everything. It was
Mm.
just so much going on just because that one goddamn movie and the restrictions and everything that they did. It's just like, what the hell are you actually doing right now? Like, now a lot of
Well,
people didn't. I even asked, will I get my money back? Will I get my refund back? You know? Because, yes, I have seen the movie before. I was one of the first people in Norway to see the movie for free because I still, at the time, my friend who worked at the cinema, so, we still got to watch it before the premiere day. Um, but I want to see it again, and of course,
Mhm.
I wanna pay for this movie. I like this movie. I wanna watch it. I wanna pay for it.
Yeah, you're doing
Um,
good work.
yeah, exactly. And so I decided to do all that, and all this shit happened. I've talked with other people too. None of them got refund. None of them have gotten refund. So yeah, that's why I have a big beef with them, and why I barely go there other than big events.
And
Well,
welcome to
I
Consumer
don't blame
Reports,
you
everybody.
at the price of movie tickets, whether it be in Norway or here in the States. It's
Yeah,
expensive to go out.
It is.
yeah. Jace, what's the you can say in kroner. What's the average price for a movie in Norway?
Um, it's 178.
Oh shit, that's a lot of money, man.
It's almost 200 kroners.
Yeah, they gotta treat you nice if they do that.
Yes. Almost 200 kroners. Almost. It's not far away from 200.
Oh god.
Um, and that's a lot of money just for one movie.
Yeah, it is. I think it's more expensive than what we have here.
I think so, yeah. It's the same thing that Norway has more expensive gas than you guys do too.
Yeah, they think it's cheaper because they see the price per liter, not gallon. And it's like, oh, look at them. They got all this cheap gas over there. Yeah.
Oh no. It's a reason why a lot of people have just gone to electric now.
It's
'Cause
understandable.
you can just
Yeah.
charge your car at home and then it works for a whole day.
Auto charging stations, or yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so
just
it
don't have a
is really
Tesla, man.
expensive.
They might take you out, man. They might take you out.
Exactly. And before we
James
get
driving
into
along.
other articles and stuff like that, Mike, you went on this thing. Tell us about it and trailers you saw. Like, what was interesting? What did you like there?
Okay, I'm gonna mention a couple of movies that seeing the trailer in the theaters make me go, I'm gonna go see that. And
Oh,
one of
good.
them is the John Wick spinoff, Ballerina.
Yeah, that looks good. I've
That
seen.
looks
Yeah,
good. That looks real good.
I'm excited.
And then the other, believe it or not, Baron,
Hmm.
Tron Ares. Looks like it might be a
Really?
good movie. Yes.
That's good
Yes,
to hear.
I've seen the trailer that came out, and I'm like, this doesn't look half bad. Like, this looks interesting. It
Yeah,
really does.
And
that's
then
good to hear.
the name of the movie is escaping my mind, but this movie is not one I would go see, but it's a new Pixar film that comes out in June. I think it's called
hmm
Emilio or something like that. But
hmm
you're watching the trailer and it has all these different colors. And I looked at my sister and I said, I feel like I need to be on acid to enjoy this movie.
No, you already were. That was just.
So basically like the Until Dawn movie. It's basically you have
Yeah.
to be on acid to understand that prequel movie to the game. And yes,
But
the movie is
it'll be something.
connected to the game. So
But
stupid.
you'd see it on streaming though, right? If they came around and you're like, oh, there it is. I'll watch it. Did it at least
And,
intrigue you that much?
I, I can't think of the name because it went by so quickly. But there's a new horror movie and it has your favorite star in it, Jenna Ortega.
Well,
What movie?
he can't remember the name, man.
I can't
Death
remember
of
the name because it went
Unicorn?
by so. No, no, not Death of a Unicorn. It's another one where the plot that I was getting is that she befriends this guy and pretends to really like him, but she's got a dark secret. Because in this trailer, when you first see
Is
her,
is it a black
she
guy in it?
yes.
Yeah, that's the Weekend. Yeah, that's the Weekend. The guy Weekend. Yeah, I know that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it.
No, but it looked interesting.
Yeah, I don't like the Weekend. I hate the guy for so many years. 'Cause I don't. But yeah, if you thought it looked cool, maybe you will watch it.
There's so much
I
shade
mean,
in you, Jays. Come on, man.
but yeah, like I said, if it was worth $3 because then you could look at the trailers and go, maybe. And then you go, no, this is a definite pass. It's like when they showed the teaser trailer for the next Hunger Games movie. It's like that's a pass.
Oh
They're making another
yeah,
one?
the new prequel they
Yeah,
mentioned, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
know,
tell
I
you
wasn't
one
all that thrilled with the other one. So.
But
one
since we're
that
talking
got me hyped was Mission Impossible.
oh yeah, yeah, I am excited for that too.
Seeing that trailer on the big screen, it's like
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
and
You've been talking a lot about the Mission Impossible. You're excited about it, which is
Yeah,
good to
I
hear.
am excited about it.
Yeah, I'm not.
well, they
Yes,
stick
sir.
to the blueprints all the time, so it doesn't go wrong, you know.
Hmm.
Well,
Tom
say
Cruise
what you
knows what
will.
he's doing.
Yeah,
He
say what
might
you
be
will
an
about Tom
oddball,
Cruise.
but
Yeah,
he knows what he's
exactly.
doing in the film industry.
Yeah, say what you will about him. At least he does like the fans, love the fans. He does try to do what's good for the movie because he knows that's his paycheck. So yeah, he's kooky, but who in Hollywood isn't? Look at Cash.
And hail to Jet Sparks. He said Miller's. That's an old movie now. That's a real old movie now. It fucking flopped though. I've seen it. It was terrible.
Mm.
Yeah, someone posted a whole video on fucking YouTube.
Huh.
Yes, I
In the
was on
whole movie?
YouTube, and I'm like, what the hell? The full movie's out there. Sure, I'm gonna watch it then. The full movie
Hmm.
was on YouTube.
Yeah, they do that. You got to hit it fast because they'll get caught.
Yeah,
But
it's like that's
Hmm.
why I like a lot of old martial art movies are now public, so
yeah.
a lot of them get released on YouTube, and you're allowed to.
Hmm.
So I've just been watching so much of good old martial art movies from back in the day. A lot of good stuff. Um, but since we're talking about trailers, we are actually going to talk about another trailer.
Really?
And I will defend this movie no matter what. I've been in a lot of fucking fights because of this movie, because this trailer. Because I've been defending the look, I've been defending the trailer. And also the brother of a good friend of ours, Raincore Steve, because Steve has talked about this on stream.
Hmm.
His brother is big part of these two new projects of Predator,
Oh, yeah.
and they have a good plan for this. And what I've heard, behind the scenes and stuff like that, it sounds, goddamn, it sounds like everything that I've been actually wanting for a long time when it comes to Predator, right? I'm like, damn, this finally. Um, and we're gonna, look at the trailer and review it, of course, and talk about it. Um, but I like the look. It looks like a proper Predator, and something people have to remember when you're watching. It's not a full-grown Predator. It is young. It's a young Predator. I don't
Hmm.
this. I don't remember the species right now in my mind. I talked about the species yesterday. Um, but again, the species in Predator, all of them do look different. That's the thing.
Hmm.
You have different classes of them. You have different, bigger, smaller. Some that looks, like more rough and more monstrous. Some that looks more humanist, more humanoid.
Hmm.
So you have a lot of these different versions of them, and also when I saw this, we are getting the Killers of Killers, the Killer of Killers, the Predator movie animated with three stories, one in the Viking Age, one in Japan with samurais and ninjas, and of course one in World War II.
Ninja.
And the co-director, producer on that movie is the brother to our good friend Raincore Steve. And I've heard about some of the plans. I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not, so I'm not going to say much. That's why I
Thank you.
invited him, Steve, to be here today. But if he had time, he would pop up. But unfortunately, it looks like he didn't. But at least what I have heard from this movie itself with Badlands and everything that I've heard, it sold me. The trailer sold me, and what I've heard after have sold me. And I've been fighting so many people trying to give context and what the trailer is showing. And
Hmm.
yeah, they're only mocking it, but I disagree with it.
Obviously.
so,
And rightly
uh,
so.
so of course, from Geek Tyrant, um, awesome first trailer for Predator Badlands welcomes you to a world of hunt. And also in the trailer, he's basically the main character in the movie. He's the main character. How cool is that, having a Predator as the main character for once?
That is cool, but I do want to let Baron know that someday we're talking about the same article.
I'm not
Really?
surprised.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not bullshitting you either.
Oh.
Cross pollination.
well, like minds think alike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm scared.
But 20th Century Studio has released the first teaser trailer for Predator Badlands, and it tells the story of a story about a young Utah hunting a deadly creature on a whole other planet, and the creature apparently can't be killed. Prey director Dan Trachtenberg returns to direct this new Predator story, and it's very different from anything we have seen in the Predator film franchise so far. So fan. Come on, dude. So
Hey,
fan.
leave the AI alone. Leave the AI alone.
But so far, yeah. And yeah, they are saying that they're loving what they're seeing, so do I. So, the synopsis for the film reads: the newest entry in the Predator franchise is set in the future, a remote planet where a young predator, outcast from his clan, finds an unlikely ally in Thea, Ella Fanning, and also in the trailer, people have to stop saying the wrong thing because I've been watching people review the trailer, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, it's a typical woman, female, badass who's gonna be amazing at everything, right?"
Yeah.
She's an android. It's connected with aliens. She's an
Yeah, but-
android.
Can you blame people for thinking that the moment they see it, considering what we've been given in the last few years?
Yeah.
No, I do also get that, of course. But if you see the trailer, you see that she's not human. Like you see it in the
Yeah.
trailer. She's not human.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Well, I'm
people
not
gotta
trying to
be-
make an excuse for those who that have already criticized it, but maybe they didn't catch that detail.
Maybe some of them that I did watch tried to be like really detailed, but that was the one thing they were bad at because they just saw a female and yeah,
Yeah.
not
there's
everything is
people-
woke. Not everything is woke.
And that's the sad thing. It comes to that point, oh, there's a woman there, it's going to be woke instantaneously. It's like, can you just settle down and let's see what's going on? You do the same
Exactly.
thing with Ripley now, if that's the case. I mean,
Exactly.
are any of these others, or Sarah Connor, are these? It's like, no, just relax, okay? Have some Ovaltine, sit back, relax, use your decoder ring. Things are going to be okay. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, you can't have people of color. That's woke. No, people of color can still do stuff too. Like, what? No, use context.
Really?
Context.
Not
is
everything
still
is
alive.
woke.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
What?
context,
I'm
people.
shocked.
Context. I know, eh?
And I can say
you want to know something. If you want to go see this movie, go see it. This way,
exactly.
you can speak with your own mind and say,
Hmm.
"No, that's not what the
Exactly.
movie is about. It's about this."
And one thing that I will say, the two new Predators movies, they are not woke. I know. I
mean-
have
Go on.
I have what a stuff that I've heard.
I mean, quit listening to knuckleheads like us and go out there and actually see what it's about. Right?
Honestly,
Exactly.
Baron, we should do the same. Judge it for ourselves. Not listen to everybody on the internet, whether it's YouTube, Rumble, or even on X. Judge it for yourself.
Exactly.
This way, if you've seen it, you can bring your perspective on it.
Exactly. Get your own view on it. It's like, for example, we have Tom here who likes Halo. He likes the Halo show. Many people don't,
Oh, get out of here.
but Tom
Please.
does.
That's it. You're gone. Get out of here. No.
But again,
Damn
he watched it and he made his own mind up about it,
Mhm.
right?
And I love the
And-
games, so it's not like I don't know anything about the universe. I just didn't judge about the helmet thing and everything else, and I just tried to enjoy. And the way, like I said, if that would have went to season 3, then you're coming into where the game starts. So it was really coming into Reach. It was like, oh, that's the beginning, but then we of course never got it. But it was a build up.
Yeah.
So.
But it's like the Judge Dredd thing. You never show the face type of thing. I can understand that with the fans.
No,
He
I
should have a
can too.
helmet under his helmet, just like the
Yeah,
game.
well, that's Judge Dredd. That's Judge Dredd. I mean, his face really is the helmet. He takes the helmet
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, go and decide yourself and
Mhm.
stuff like that is important.
Well, and the one thing though is to kind of defend a little bit of the knee jerkers out there. A lot of times they come to these conclusions because they hear what these idiots are saying.
Yeah.
You know, just listen to Rachel Ziegler.
Well,
and-
I
and
would be
all
nicer
the-
to them
what-
if they don't go on a personal level of attacking just because I have my own fucking
Right.
view.
Right.
I mean,
and that's just it.
look at
People-
look at Pedro Pascal. He's a perfect
Right.
example of someone who
Exactly.
attacks people who
Yeah.
don't agree with his beliefs.
This is my
Or
problem in a lot of communities. Just gonna brief on this. A lot of communities, what I hate about all communities, especially these days, that a lot of them have become what the woke are too. So
Yeah.
it's like I have my own opinion. You know, I talked about this. You know, I said I didn't mind the look, and you know, I explained a little bit of what is public about the movie. And you know, they always go on personal attacks. Like they really go on personal attacks, call you names, and they're like it is like, dude, we are in the same community. Like we know each other. We know who. Like
Yeah.
God, we've talked before. What is the problem now? Just because I like this? The same happened with Rebel Moon when I said I like that.
That's exactly the issue at hand. Because you mentioned you liked it, well, now we're no longer seeing eye to eye. We're no longer on the same page. You have to be on the same page as that person who dislikes it in order
Exactly.
for them to have your approval
Exactly.
or
Yeah,
their approval in some cases.
Yeah, I want to go
Exactly.
back to, oh, you didn't like it? Why didn't you like it? And have an actual
Yes.
reason. Or why
Mhm.
did you like it? You know, it's like, you know, instead of attacking, you
No.
know, like Jason's like, well, what about this film? Maybe I missed something. Tell me. But this is why I
Exactly.
didn't like it. You know, there's a reasoning behind it. And something other than the typical little platitude stuff that, you know, bumper sticker logic crap. And that's what's important.
And you want to know something? When I was at this sneak peek tonight, seeing
Yeah.
the different trailers, after they had shown the ballerina trailer, they
Yeah.
waited a little bit and then they showed a behind the scenes for it. And the director was saying he's such a big fan of the John Wick films that he wants to tell, you know, the ballerina side of the story, but still keep it within the John Wick universe.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Right.
And I
These
can
are-
respect that.
Exactly. No, I agree with that. But of course we have a time limit, so we need to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No problem,
No,
no
no,
problem.
Jay
You know, I
started.
also
Jay
trailed it. Yeah,
started
I
it, don't
started. It's
worry.
my fault. I'm the one who started,
is.
not you.
I'm blaming you.
Blame the host.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Um,
easy for me. I do that to Mike all the time. Just ask him.
Yeah, right. But an embarks and treacherous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. The film star Ella Fanning shared at CinemaCon something unprecedented happened in this movie, and my character's not the one being chased. My character actually teams up with the Predator. Also, she's an android from again the Alien universe.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for that. I think that's pretty cool and connecting because again they have come. We do have the Alien versus Predator, even though they were not super canon. But again, they have always had like this little connection. It would since the second movie of Predator when they showed an alien head in the ship.
Mhm.
Teams up with the Predator, and you get to see him in the whole new light. Of course, because it's a young one, you know, he's an outcast, he's, you know, on a hunt. And the president, Steve Aspel, added, after Prey became a success, it's up and down. I think it was like in the middle, not super successful. Some people liked it, some people don't. I was not the biggest fan of Prey. I have my issues with it, but after what I've gotten to hear about the two new movies and seeing, At least that's what won me over to this is what I always wanted is what your guys are doing now, not the Prey movie, but what you guys are doing now is what I want and have been wanting for a longer time. Um, and again, people have to remember the predators, like they will team up with humans if you know you show them respect and you hunt the same thing. Like if you hunt the same enemy, they can team up with you. They're not
And
evil. They're not evil creatures, in at all.
well, in Predator 2, even though it wasn't that good of a movie, they showed that he did not go after the one woman because she was pregnant. It's like, nope, 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 you're not pregnant.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. That's how a lot of the predators are.
Mhm. So there's an honor code that they have. We might not agree with it, but they got one.
Exactly. And if you read the comics too, there's a lot of it. You know. They have teamed up with people before in comics. The World War II comic. The Yazis and Predators teamed up to fight the bad guys. The evil. So it's nothing new that they've teamed up. And a lot of people are claiming, oh, it's just because of the woke agenda. And I'm like, no, we have already had this in Alien versus Predator. And we've seen a lot of this kind of stuff before where they team up with humans. It's nothing new. It's an old trope from the Predator/Alien universe. That stuff that they have done. So that is actually respecting the source material, in my opinion, right?
Well, yeah. Well, the Predator universe has grown quite a bit since the Arnold film, but I think there's a lot of people who don't realize that. That is a wider.
The Predator universe grew a lot. And this movie is respecting the source material because it's not the first time they have met up and teamed up to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's teaming up with an android, not an actual human. And hail to Cash.
That'd be...
Hello.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, Cash.
We didn't
Hello.
even say his name 3 times.
He's alive.
He's alive. Hail Cash.
Yeah, we had Mike come in the BU right now, so we don't need any more
sure.
Cash. We got Mike.
Yeah, we don't need him. No.
Fucking Norwegians. No, yeah.
Hey,
And
I'm
also
gonna
from
spend an oldie on your ass if you're not careful.
Yeah.
so no, they're actually respecting more of the source material with this movie.
Wait, what? Somebody's actually doing that? Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
So Dan came back and said he didn't want to do a Prey 2, understandably so, because I see what he's doing now, and that's what we want. That's a good way to go. He has a vision. He's a big fan of Predator and this universe. Same with the brother of Raincore Steve, since his brother is part of these projects. And they are really big fan of the Predator universe, and they also want to respect a lot of the source and respect a lot of this, and you can see it on the way they handle it too. Didn't want to do a Prey 2, and we were like, what do you want to do? And he rattled a bunch of ideas that were really crazy but really cool. We have actually done 2 of them. 2 of them are coming next year, and that's this year. We are getting, this movie that we're going to watch the trailer of, and of course the animated one that we have reviewed once here. One I can't talk about yet, but the other one is a live-action Predator film with Ellen Fanning. That's the one we're going to watch. Just wrapped up in New Zealand, blah, blah, blah. We know all that. So here is the trailer. So we don't own the rights or anything like that. Everything goes out, of course, Fox and the creator of this movie. Don't sue us. We are friends with Raincore Steve, so please don't sue us. But if you do want to sue us, we always have Hashi and Kilted to sue.
Mm-hmm.
Can always sue them.
Especially
Yeah.
Kilted,
He buys a lot of
Well,
figures, so
This is transformative content. We're going to be, critiquing it and giving our opinions on it. And that is allowed.
exactly. So
And I got some secrets to tell you after the show, with the conversation we had this morning. So to help you in this area. So
So here you have. This is from a certain movie I can't remember. Um, but it is from a certain movie. I can't remember that right on top of my head. But there is like small Easter eggs here of the skulls that we're looking at. I don't remember all the names at the moment, but I talked to a guy who analyzed this part a lot better than I did, and he could name out every little single cameo of the head skulls here from from what movies and stuff like that. So no, I really like that. I really like that. Of course, that's always fun.
I didn't think you survived.
And again, here is in the trailer where you see she's an android.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see that later on with the name of, in the aliens, you have the name and all that kind of stuff. That's also part of it. So. So I guess this is an elder predator, a stronger one, an elder one, and stuff like that. I think that's what it is.
You're hunting something that can't be killed.
And I love that. I love that. I love it.
I like
What
that.
do you guys
Only
think?
in theaters.
So people
I'm
are
No
already
disrespect
freaking
to
out
you,
about
Jace, but I'm gonna save my comments for Sunday.
No
Good
problem.
idea.
But no, for me at least, I'm excited for this. I think this looks amazing. And again, it is a young predator, not a full-grown predator. Again, who's on a hunt, and we know some of the story. And I've also been told a little bit more about the plot of this movie. And the stuff that I know, I'm really excited for it. It's something that I've been wanting for a long time. I'm a big Predator fan. I read a lot of the comics before. Of course, I watched all the movies. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of few of them, I'm not the biggest fan of because I think they have failed in a couple ways. Other than the Predators looked good. Other than Prey, I was not the biggest fan of that. Um, but looking heavily forward to it, and he is the main character. The Predator himself is the main character, and Ella Fanning is a side character with him. And no, I think this is gonna be good. Some people are just gonna probably hate it, and because the way he looks, because he doesn't have his quote unquote hair, we can call it when it's not quite hair, but
Yeah, people
up.
are already complaining about that.
Yeah,
on
so
social
I don't
media,
see the
so-
problem with it. I don't see the problem with it. He just doesn't have it down. If he just takes that out and have it down, it looks like every other Predator. And yes, it's not like the typical practical effects that we had back in the day. Of course, it's more CGI, like it's more CGI stuff. That's normal with movies these days. So I don't mind it. For me, it looks like a proper Predator. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it looks too much like a human," and I'm like, "Then you have not seen a lot of predators. Then you don't know much about their species and how different all of the predators look. Um, a lot of them look differently, even though they are the same species. But they're like humans. We have a lot of different races, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's with them too. There are a lot of different of them. Again, you have the bigger, stronger ones, the more berserk ones. You have the elder ones. You have the smaller ones. Like if you look at some of the older movies, you can like see they're smaller, not too big. And then you have the bigger ones who are more powerful, more alpha compared to them. And yeah, in the stories of predators too, we also have females there. This is not a female, as far as I know. It is a guy, and stuff like that, and a guy who plays him. But in the Predator universe, we also have female predators who look really similar, but their bodies can be described more humanoid than than them. But so there's a lot of context that people just don't really think about, because they just think about the first movie, I guess. I have no clue. But Predator is a lot bigger universe than they think. And for me, this is respecting the source material. It's going the right direction. I have faith in Dan, the guy who is gonna do all these movies. I have faith in him. I think the universe that he is creating, I think is gonna be great. And from some of the stuff that I've heard, I'm looking even more into the future, excited for other project. Hopefully that will come out. I know, Mike, you want to wait. Baron, do you want to say anything?
I'll just say something briefly. I think it would have been interesting if this was a female predator, as long as they don't go woke with it.
Oh, they won't go woke. I promise you that.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the struggles and all that of a new one and a female predator and such. I think that would be absolutely fascinating. But
Yeah.
uh, I'm not gonna, So that's about the only thing, because I'll just wait a little bit for Mike as well. But I just want to say a couple things about it. It's nice to see that there is differences, because
Yep.
that's the one thing I get tired of with a lot of it. It's like everyone is like a carbon copy of each other. It's like, there is more to this group of people than just one. Not everybody
Exactly.
thinks alike. One of the big problems I have with Star Trek, when it comes around the Klingons, he's like, well, you're an empire. Where are the other races you have in there? You could have answered a lot of questions people had. Why do they have these ridges now? Well, there's more than one race of Klingon in the Klingon Empire, but no, that's
Yeah.
they go lazy like that. So
Exactly.
it's fascinating to see that. It honestly is.
Yeah. No,
Because
I
that's no.
get you.
Well,
And
when it came to the Klingons, Baron, do you remember the old argument where some of the Klingons that didn't have, the forehead ridges came from one hemisphere of Kronos, while the ones
Yep.
that have the forehead ridges came from the other hemisphere of Kronos?
Mm-hmm. That was one of them that they had to explain that, which was great. I know the one graphic novel where he had Korra come back and was Korra looking like there, and explained that the other group of Klingons started getting more power and was pushing them out. The Phasma game system said that there are human Klingon fusions to try to be part of the, try to do sneaky jobs and such like that. There was all sorts of stuff that people really tried. I didn't agree with the human Klingon fusion. Enterprise did go with that technically,
yeah,
if you want to.
you know
If you
exactly.
want to go that.
Mhm.
But
So
it's
there's a
part
lot more, and
exactly,
that
and
shows.
that
And
and that's the same with the
that
predators. We
right,
have different ones of the species, and
right,
that's what I'm really grateful to see too. That's why I have no problem of the way he looks,
mm-hmm,
because again, there are many of them are different looking. It's like,
yep,
yes, even in Prey, that's a different looking predator. Am I fan of the look? Hell no, I'm not a big fan of it. I have my issues with it. But again, I had to rethink a little. Maybe I was a little too harsh on the look, because fuck's sake, we have so many goddamn different versions of their species. You know,
mm-hmm,
and the one that we saw in Prey is more primal, or animal, more beast,
mm-hmm,
more primal compared to others. And in the comics too, we have different versions. Like we have different races of the species. We have this and this. So um, it's just good. It is respecting. We don't have a lot of respecting, and there hasn't been any really good Predator movie in the last years in that kind of sense. But it is good to see that someone has a vision and respects the material. So I want to get
yeah.
to Tom. What do you think?
Just wait and see. That's all I can say. There's not much else. I mean, I've seen them all. I don't hate the look. I mean, what's wrong with a new look? There's nothing. Let's freshen it up. There's something different.
Yeah.
It's like, people are so set and
He's
like,
just
it's gotta look a
young.
specific way. Exactly.
He's
He's
young.
just young, and he doesn't have the hair down. The hair is not down. If the
maybe
hair
he's
was
got
down,
cornrows. He's an alien hip hop fan. Maybe they have hip hop to their own style, and he got the cornrows.
Hey,
You know,
yeah, but-
you can make jokes
like
about
hip-hop
predators and their
clowns.
hair all the time.
exactly.
Well-
I want to see how he can fight. How can he handle himself? That's what's going that we're gonna impress me. I'll wait and see till we
Exactly.
see the battle scenes. So
Yeah.
because they are
know,
the
And
I-
world's
we know
greatest
somebody
hunters,
who,
so,
we know Steve and his brother who's part of these projects too, and that's kind of cool.
I must be living a sheltered life. I haven't seen people really ragging on it, but I've seen people making fun. Having fun with it, poking fun, and all that. Which I find.
I have
amusement
seen
in that way.
everything from.
But I'm not saying that there isn't people hating on it, but I think a lot of people who are hating on it is again that my vocal minority out there,
yeah.
and then some people want to follow through with the people making the jokes about it and saying, see, it's even there. It's like, no, there is a difference, and
Yeah, like basically
just
calling it the
judge
trans
yourself.
predator.
the
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
people like that too. There are certain people.
It's funny.
But that's the sad thing, though. You don't get a chance to even have fun poking fun at it without causing giant issues.
Well, yeah, people get offended. That's fine. Like, no, we're just
Yeah.
called people having fun.
Are they think that
Exactly.
you're really going out there and hating on it when you're not hating on it? It's like, yeah,
No.
it's different, and what do? We have fun with it,
Or they want
We're
you, like
fans.
Mike said earlier, they want you to just agree with them. Like, oh, how can you not like this? How can you not agree with us on this? How can you not?
Exactly.
Because
And
everybody
then-
has different
Like, how-
opinions. People
how
don't
I-
seem to
Right.
understand that. It's like,
Yeah. So I've gotten heavily attacked on that.
that's stupid.
Well,
People are
uh,
weird for
it's,
attacking
like-
for an opinion.
Yeah.
It's-
Tilted-
Even one of the
Tilted guy-
trailers I saw tonight for that preview, Shadow Force, it's a movie of Kerry Washington where her character and the guy that's playing her husband are former agents, and in the movie trailer she says, "I'm a better shot than you."
Oh,
You know,
boy.
Everybody's gonna automatically think, "Oh, great, she's the girl boss." But I'm more curious to find out. Okay, she says she's a better shot than him in this scene, but I'm curious to know if they actually show some of their career before they went into civilian life and had to be recalled back to
Exactly.
actually go on this mission to see why she says that she's a better shot.
It's
Yeah.
like that scene in Endgame and stuff where it's like this was girl power, and it's like this scene's weak. And I understand they were trying to protect the Spider-Man, the young man, but it was just the way that they set it up.
The way they did it.
It was just
Well,
stupid. It's
Again,
Yeah.
what happened to banter? That sounds
right,
like banter. between
exactly,
people.
and that's
You always
Exactly.
take out the banter, and then they're basically trying to tell us. That's why I get tired of this feminine bullshit stuff. Like it's just out there. It's like
Now, you
where's
can't
each
complain.
part
You're
of-
vegan.
where I'm not vegan. Shut up, Norwegian.
According to Baron, you are, man.
Well, Baron's wrong. Yeah.
I'm never wrong. You have to agree with me
Uh-huh.
all the time. I'm gonna get offended.
But it's like with everything. Like you see something that looks really cool, and it's like, oh man, I want to keep seeing that. And then you see what they do to it. They change the style of this. They change this. Like it's after what's happened, all this problem would change. But it's just this feminist BS nonsense. Like what happened with Moon Knight. Like they did a bait and switch on you in that season. And it's like, no, Moon Knight is supposed to be. This is about his show. He's supposed to be a massive badass who actually can beat Deadpool in a fight. So
Yeah.
where is that? Like,
Yeah, no,
so
exactly.
If you're gonna call the show
Well.
Moonlight, then you probably should call it Moon Knight and Layla Knight or whatever. What it
Yeah,
turned
right.
into.
Well, the
But
thing
no,
is,
exactly.
that's the
Yep.
problem with Disney. They do the bait and switch all the time, whether it's
That's
Star
right.
Wars,
Yep.
whether it's Marvel. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. They say it's going to be this show, but we got a Boba Fett show, but we're going to focus on Grogu and
Yeah.
the Mandalorian for half of it.
And
Right. you got
also, what I
You
can
got it.
say about the Predator that I know is publicly talked about, and that was Disney had not much to say about the new Predator movies. They are
Good.
not involved in that kind of sense of what I've heard and stuff like that. And that's why it's a lot more different than what Disney products are. They have more free will to do what they wanted to do with these movies with Predator.
Well,
And
that's how it used to be under the Touchstone Pictures label.
Yeah.
They were
yes,
given more freedom to do what they wanted compared
and
to
you can
those
see that,
movies that were produced
and they're
under the
not
Disney umbrella.
PG-13 either. They're not
Yeah.
PG-13 either. The animated is R-rated. The new Predator movie is R-rated. So they all are R-rated and proper. And Disney is not really super involved with it. They might own the IPs because they bought Fox, but they
Mhm.
have not much to say about them and are letting Dan and his crew do his thing. And that shows. It's easy to see what is what, and you can see that they have more free will. If they didn't have that free will, in my opinion, I don't think they would be able to go the length they've done with the new Predator movies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a perfect example, with Mike, you're bringing up with Touchstone, because Eisner, back in that time, realized that you have to have two different directions. You can't have people Disneyfying that, because that's not what Touchstone was supposed to be about. It was about more mature adult films, not aimed for kids, really. So,
Because there was a better vision with Eisner than these other
yeah.
people. Like he saw things like, yeah, sure, he can be, I guess, the egomaniac. I don't know.
Oh,
But there
he
was a
was a
lot of
schmuck.
stuff. There was a
No, he
lot of
was,
stuff
but
going on. Still,
Mhm.
though, with Disney, that just made more sense in what's going on today. Disney buys up a lot of these properties and they don't see the bigger picture. They refuse to, and they want to insert too much of their own crap. And that's what's the problem with a lot of these monopolies. They need to be broken up. Somebody else needs to buy
yeah.
20th Century
Exactly. And before
Fox
we continue there, we
first.
do have the big troll in the chat.
Yes.
Oh, looky, it's Team Epic Fail Reunited.
Yep.
This calls for Beyond Special Pizza,
Boy.
TDK. And then he said, I think he's actually writing Norwegian here. Baron Agal. Baron is crazy.
I am.
And he says, Baron renser navlen, like you're rinsing your navel. What?
Okay.
All right.
It's
Okay.
Phil.
Phil.
Oh, okay. Okay, Phil.
Mhm.
You do you.
Philip J. McCracken.
Yes.
And yeah, we are gonna also, since we are gonna move on.
We are.
Cash, anything you want to say about the Predator? Some small things.
No, I don't really have much to say right now about it.
He
I'm
sounds
not-
No
so
problem.
thrilled to be here.
I'm not ready to throw the way the Predator looks under the bus like other people are. So.
Oh no, exactly. Again, it is what it is, but
Well,
at least I've seen
But
a
I
lot of people are
understand
also
their
excited for it.
feelings after what's been going on. I understand their feelings, but
well,
Yeah.
one last thing about it, and don't go out there and say we want this expanded. We want to see different, what things look differently in there. And when they do that, bitch about it.
Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah, they do. You can't make them happy.
So it's like, oh, you just want to keep it this little itty bitty thing while you're complaining that, oh, it's the same old, same old. Oh, here we're expanding stuff. We're showing you more about it. No, we're bitch and moan. It's not like that one.
But
these are professional bitchers. That's what they are.
But Baron, that's always been a part of fandom. Even when they give
know.
us something that we've been asking for, we still
Yep.
Yeah.
bitch and complain about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that needs to stop.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I mean,
Yeah,
did
sometimes
people,
be a little bit
did
more
people flip-
open-minded, right?
Right? Did people flip out when they saw the Klingons in Star Trek: The Motion Picture? No.
right.
I was gonna say
I don't
you
know
would
if
know better than
anybody-
I. I was only a year old when that movie came out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I was still a kid and all that, but I never heard anybody bitch at all.
Hey, Baron, you've
About-
always been old. You've always been an old man.
Yeah, I'm
old
I've
soul.
always been the old man. Now, granted, it comes down to that the big thing. It's like, well, why was the change? And that was always that thing in Star Trek fandom. It's just like you don't talk about the 2nd and the 11th Legion in Warhammer. They never happened. So
Trials and Tribulations.
yeah,
Those are Klingons there and over there. Mr.
Yeah.
Worf. It is something we do not discuss with outsiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
thought that
just
was lame. I thought
well
that was, but
look
at
at what
least they
they've
did
done.
something.
Look at what they've done to recently to what Klingons look like. Those aren't Klingons. What the hell are those things?
Well, again, it's a different species that got in there and they exterminated them
And
afterwards.
now it looks like, I don't know if
Okay.
apparently this was real, that they're gonna do a crossover with the new Star Trek thing with SpongeBob.
What?
Okay. Where's the sign I
Yeah.
show? I'm done. I'm done. Where's
It
my
was,
sign I show?
Wait, what?
yeah,
Oh,
Mike
boy.
posted about it, Comic Relief Crusader, and it was from Discussing Film. So I don't know if it's real or not, but it looked real. So I need to research that. But if that's real, goddamn, dude, it's like it wouldn't surprise me. They already had like a gay musical in the show.
Space. That's a
Yes,
spongy frontier.
Yeah, and then they tried
yes,
to say, well, Buffy did it. Yeah, but Buffy actually had a story besides the music.
exactly.
See, what they can do is they can tie it into Star Trek Beyond when the Enterprise was underwater in the beginning of the film, which made no absolute sense, and that's how you can have that. This is what happened when Kirk and what McCoy, whoever it was running around on the planet and they're under the water. This is what happened. So they can tie it in that way. See, I do a better job than them. I do a better job.
Yeah, well, why do the
I'm
Klingons
better.
have to look like that, Baron? Tell me, are they really a different species, or do they just want to make them look stupid?
They want to make them look stupid,
Yeah,
but
right.
they're not smart enough to say that there's a different species, which would be the smartest thing you could do.
That would be smart.
But they're not that
yes.
smart.
No.
They're
Yep.
idiots.
Well, they need to get smarter.
Yeah. And then I just want to
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
one last thing, Mike.
Yes.
Do you hate the look? It's the only thing I want to know.
I don't hate the look.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't hate the look.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I wondered. I just wondered. That's the only-
At least, like we've said, at least they're trying something different.
Hmm.
And especially
It's
when
like
you have a
it's like
different-
making getting back to Star Trek, especially in the Next Generation. Yes, the Romulans and the Vulcans look the same in the original series, but adding that little extra detail to the Romulans in the Next Generation with the makeup to show that the Romulans have evolved in a different way from the Vulcans. I thought that was
Exactly.
A nice touch.
Exactly.
No, and I will give some props to Picard because I did see that first episode, and you notice that Picard has the two Romulans with him. One
Mhm.
is Smoothhead, and the other has the ridges, which
Mhm.
shows you that even in the Romulan, for whatever reason, you have both. At least they tied it in that way as a little nod. So I have to give props on that. I liked that. Why couldn't they
Mhm.
continue doing smart things like that?
Exactly. Exactly. So we are gonna move on. We are gonna react to another trailer.
Great.
And it looks. I've seen bits of it, and I'm excited for it. And no jokes. I wrote that. No jokes. But it is Wednesday season 2 is coming out soon. Looking forward to it. It looks a lot more different than the first season. It's darker as promised.
Well, didn't Jenna Ortega go to the producers and say we need to make this closer to its source material of the Addams Family?
Yes, and make it more darker, more intact what it should
Yeah,
be,
that was
and
that was interesting.
Well-
Like if people haven't watched that, like for the fans, they
Well, can I ask a stupid question? What is dark about the Adams Family? Because
I
you
used to
take a
watch
look-
the original Addams
Yeah.
Family. I didn't think it was
Well-
dark. I thought it was
Well,
really
I'm
fun.
even going back to the Charles Adams comic. I mean, I got my Charles
the
Adams. book
dark
right
the
over
way it
here.
is at that time. That is considered dark
Well,
somehow. But
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't consider it's there's that little bit of that dark humor that they had in it, but I wouldn't call
yeah,
it
that's
how
mostly it.
people
I
have for
think.
dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
when they talk about doing
it's
it
not
dark,
like R-rated,
it's
hardcore, super Zack
no,
Schneider
it's just,
R-rated.
it's a certain way the characters are. I get it. That
Right.
was it's an interesting.
they
opinion
have the
piece,
the
though.
dark humor.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
The
in
Dark
the
Knight.
Addams Family.
Exactly.
And Pops
Mhm.
said, "Hail to Pops! I liked Wednesday
Hey,
season
Bob.
1. So did I. I enjoyed season 1. I had my issues here and there with some of the love story and stuff like that. I thought it was a little bit unnecessary, a little bit forced. But again, Jenna became one of the producers of season 2, and she also wanted to remove that kind of stuff and focus on actual story and Wednesday and the family and a lot more. So
Yeah.
it is good to have actors who actually steps their foot down and just like, no, we need to do this and this. And at least the good thing about it is that Tim Burton, who does this show too,
Mhm.
listens. He
Right.
listens at least.
Well, and that's just it. We have to remember, the Adams family, even going back to the Charles Adams cartoons, which they were never called that. That was brought up for the TV show. Was you have to have humor. It has to be funny. It was meant to be funny, but it has that
Exactly.
dark
The
twist to it.
dark humor in it. Yeah.
Right. Charles Adams said in an interview one time. He said, he'd have people send suggestions to him. He said the most disturbing ones that came in were from some pastor or a padre somewhere. It's like, whoa, this is dark humor.
That's yeah. We are gonna, of course, look at the trailer and then move on after that. But let's see it. Let's talk about it. So again, don't sue us. It's all for entertainment and yada yada. And if there's someone you're gonna sue, it's Kilted and Hashi. I can send the emails and everything if you guys need it.
Yeah, I do kill it. He was not here today, so
Yeah, Kilted today. Yes, yes. So let's get into this.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles.
Some brass knuckles. Yes, some brass knuckles.
Now that's the humor. That's the humor. I like that.
Yes.
Yes. Just we have some brass knuckles and gold too. Has to be a little fancy. There, she's ready. She's ready to beat someone up.
And warm woolen mitt.
Anything else on your person?
Brown paper packages tied up.
That's Wednesday.
That's when.
Yes.
And
Oh.
that shows that Jenna Ortega and those who are working on Wednesday get that Addams Family humor.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
There we
God.
go.
It just continues.
Yeah, this is part of the gag.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we
You know
have
what
a
this
different
reminds me
knives
of?
this here, a shocker, some.
This reminds me
Axe.
of one of the greatest scenes that was ever done in a Mad Max film. And it was in Thunderdome when he's first coming into Bartertown, and you got to leave your weapons at the door, and he keeps on pulling out
Oh, yeah,
weapon
yeah.
after
Yes,
weapon
yes.
after weapon
Yeah,
after
it's a good
weapon, which was hysterical. This is just as much,
No, this is great. This is a great start. Oh, oh. Oh, it wasn't done. Aye.
Sing!
And
Care to
thing.
explain this?
Something? Seriously?
Well, it's a pale hand. He's pale. He needs lotion. Oh God.
This is the first time you've ever willingly returned to a school. How does it feel?
Like returning to the scene of the crime. Howdy, Ruby.
Oh, poor.
I can see why
Uh.
they talk about that whole thing in the article, Jace, about Angelica Houston compared to Catherine Zeta-Jones. That it's just Angelica, Catherine could work a little bit more on. Unless, do you like her character? You've watched more of this. Yeah.
I watched it all.
Yeah. Do you like
See-
her character compared to the? Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I remember watching the Addams Family films with Angelica
Mhm.
Houston as
Yes.
Morticia.
Right.
And to me,
Yes.
she embodied that character.
Mm-hmm.
What I
Yeah.
see in the trailer for season 1 and now seeing season 2, just this little bit of Catherine Zeta-Jones, I don't think she embodies the character as much as
Right.
Angelica Houston did.
No, of course. No, of course.
Mhm.
And
I mean, she looks good. She looks good, but it comes on with the acting. Now, a lot of people were criticizing the actor playing Gomez in the beginning, but you look at the Charles Adams cartoons. That's what he looked like. He didn't look
yeah.
like John Aston or Raul
No.
Julia.
No,
And,
exactly.
Excuse me. Even if you remember when they had the crossovers on Scooby-Doo, the Addams
Yeah,
Family
yeah.
and
Yes.
Scooby-Doo,
Yes.
you remember
Well,
how Gomez Adams looked. In
Yeah,
those,
Exactly.
and the animated series that they had. I mean, they did have an animated one, just the Adams Family itself. So, yeah,
Exactly.
that's what was so
No,
great about.
but so far, I enjoy it. I like I said, I enjoyed season 1. And again, we saw, of course, little of the family and stuff like that, but not too much. I think they did well as a family. I enjoyed it. Maybe they didn't embody it completely like, as we are used to, but it was not bad. It's not bad.
Well, the thing is, though, uh, she does embody Wednesday. She really does.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree
Jenna
with
does
that.
a perfect job as Wednesday,
Oh.
and she also, what I like about her, she's a geek like a lot of other, like Henry Cavill and stuff like that. She went back to the oldest thing that she could find of, Adam's family, the original stuff, and everything
yeah,
to learn about the character.
and didn't she talk to Christina Ricci about when Christina was playing
Yeah, 'cause
Wednesday?
Yes.
And
Richie. Yeah,
Yeah.
Richie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, all the
I
girls
wouldn't
who
be
played,
surprised.
even in the Adams Family TV show,
So the
of
other
course,
movies, yes,
Christina
because when
Ricci,
the actress
all
was
did
in
great
the
jobs.
show.
Yes, it makes sense to go talk to them.
I mean, I think every casting of Wednesday was good.
Yes. No, I
Somehow
agree
they
too
got
with
always
that.
right. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's continue.
I already know where the bodies are buried. Let's play dolls. I mean, it is a little creepy, but the curls are super soft.
Oh, that's the girl from
Yeah, the Minecraft movie too. She played in Minecraft movie too.
Oh, really?
She's
Okay.
she's the
Yeah.
one who, of course, was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Yeah, can't think of her name. Is that the same one?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't
No, it's
know.
not?
No, I don't.
Nice try, Cash.
I will check.
Yeah, you can check. I don't think so. Not as far as I know, at least.
Oh, he's gonna. Cash wants to school you. He is so. He's.
I'm
Yeah,
all
now he
ready
wants to
to
school
go.
me.
I want to figure out if this is true.
But yeah, let's continue while he's doing that.
Curls are super soft. It's made from real human hair.
So
Fantastic. That's great.
Wherever there's murder and mayhem, you will always find an Adams.
Every family has dark secrets, Wednesday. And secrets can have deadly consequences.
You don't need to worry about me, Mother. I do my best work in the dark.
No, season 2 looks good. It has everything that it needs, and it shows that they stepped up the game. They actually did listen to Jenna when she wanted this to be more to the source and what it should be, and that shows. So what do you guys think? Baron, we start with you.
I loved it.
Yeah.
When back in the day, and still even now, because you had to do quote unquote quirky oddball monster shows, the Addams Family and the Munsters. I still have more a little bit more of a heart. My heart goes to the Munsters. I can identify with Herman. I can I'm that simple. But
Yeah.
Addams Family's great, and this does start feeling like Charles Addams is back,
Yes.
and that's what we needed with it. And
Exactly.
let's get back to the basics. Let's have fun. And I'm glad
Exactly.
that Burton and Jenna are doing a good job to keep that alive. And I'd be hurt if Burton didn't. But this is
Exactly.
right
No,
up
I
his
agree.
alley. He loves this type of stuff.
Exactly.
So it makes you wonder, what if he did an Adams Family film?
Oh,
Well, you know, especially watching this, it would have that Tim Burton touch to it.
Yeah,
exactly.
which would work. Which would work with the Adams Family. It wouldn't work with the Munsters, but it'd work with this, with Adams.
Exactly. And what about you, Tom?
Interesting. I have never seen the original season. So
You should
I'm
watch
still-
the season 1,
I
man.
need to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
need
did.
to
I
watch it.
used
I
to
need
love
to
the
do
Addams
that.
Family. You know,
I might
but
do that myself.
it's yeah. I definitely will give it a shot eventually.
Or she's gonna
because I'm-
come with the brass knuckles, man.
Yeah,
In the
right.
dark, she works good in the dark.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, the ones that this is your emo girl, people. This is your
Yes.
emo girl.
Yeah.
This is your goth girl. Actually, this isn't emo. This
is
your
goth.
goth girl.
it's
Everybody
a goth.
wants.
They are
And,
gothic
yeah.
characters. Exactly. What about you, Mike?
I think I need to go watch season 1 before I watch season 2. That's what I think.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe we need a watch party on that one. Cash could
Maybe.
work on it.
Yeah, that could work.
See what I can
and what about you, Cash? You interested? How do you feel?
do. I mean, I saw the first Adams Family movie, and I don't know. I might watch Wednesday season 1. It looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
Did you see the second one and Family Values?
No, I don't think I like that one, if I remember, as much as the first movie.
Yeah, it's not as good. It's really not as good.
Mhm.
But I mean, you take a look
I'd
at
have to
the
go
cast.
back.
Though was great. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
The
I do
cast
like
would be
Christopher
great.
Lloyd as Uncle Fester, but Jackie Coogan is. There's two Jackies and their friend Cooper and Coogan. I think it's Coogan, Jackie Coogan. I think he did a great job as Fester in the TV show, and that's my
Mhm.
Fester. So
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how old that stuff is. Just like the
Yeah.
monsters, It's
But no, I am at least really happy that they went more back because there was certain stuff missing in season 1 that I also felt watching it, and a lot of people agreed, and it's funny, because Jenna felt a lot of the same as the audience did,
mhm.
and then we even got another guest,
Oh,
Pop
hello.
Culture.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey,
Hello
Bob, how you
there.
doing?
another
Doing
Bob.
well.
How you
Hello,
doing?
everyone.
hello.
Hello.
Hello, man.
Welcome
No,
to
we
That
just
House.
we just talked about Wednesday season 2 trailer, and we're excited to watch it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I just saw that earlier today. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah. How did you feel? You liked humor in it too, with the brass knuckles at the beginning?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was kind of what I was half expecting. I was like, she's not just going to
Yes.
stop with the brass knuckles. It's going to be
Yeah.
one more thing, and then another thing after that, and then one more thing, and then a small pile later. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was
You know,
pretty good. It was nice to see. It looked like they're continuing the tone from the first season.
Exactly. And again, as I mentioned, there were certain stuff missing in season 1, and like I said, Jenna Ortega felt the same as a lot of the audience that was watching the show. So she stepped her foot down a little to talk with Tim Burton, and she became a producer of the show, season 2,
That's good.
to get it back to what she felt that was missing and make it more intact with the Adams world, and he listened, and I think that's great, because again, as I said, we need more people like that in Hollywood. We have Henry Cavill being like that, Jenna, and we just need more people who actually steps down their foot and just like it has to be like this,
Yeah.
and we need
yeah,
more
'cause if
people
you
that
don't,
does listen.
yeah, if you don't pay attention to the, well, if not the creators and the passionate people that are part of it, then you get something like Netflix's Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
That is just such a good fucking segue.
Yeah.
Because one of the articles that Cash have sent is
I think I know what you're about to go into next.
Yeah. So, God damn, you're reading our minds. Because that's
Well,
gonna be
yeah. My mind is an open void. So.
I know everyone here on the panel loves the live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop.
I didn't watch it.
Oh no, well, I'm not saying we have to read that stuff. I just had put that in
You
there
just
because
don't
it
want to
was
talk about
Don't,
it.
don't worry,
because
Jace. He says the same thing to me what pops
Yeah,
up
yeah.
whenever I
no,
select one of those articles.
that
And then
article I did. It's just funny to me because the whole point is that Faye Valentine is not, repeat, not a lesbian. I know it's shocking, but she's not.
Shocking,
No.
That's
right?
not her character. That her
Yeah,
character, she is a straight woman that uses her feminine wilds to attract men, but she's even more than that.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
she
it's
she's
is.
very
a
sad.
femme
Fatale.
fatale con artist,
Hmm.
basically, a
That's
grifter,
right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
not a
and
bounty
I've been
hunter.
There's
rewatching the
another side
anime
to her
lately.
too. She can get very sad. If anybody has
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
the original anime
Yeah, the
of
original
Cowboy
anime is
Bebop,
so good because I went back
it's a
rewatching it a
classic.
couple
Hmm.
of days
Yes,
ago. I started
it's a
rewatching
classic.
stuff again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also the movie that also they've done and stuff. And I'm like, God damn, it's just so fucking good.
It
You
is.
know,
It
this
is.
is
The anime is so good on so many levels. It's
Hmm.
deep. Each character
Hmm.
has their own character development
That's
and
right.
growth.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yes.
And when you like watch, the Netflix one, and it's like I don't hate a lot of the actors. A lot of the actors, they're decent actors, but it is all about the
Yeah.
writing and all
Yeah, the
about
guy who
this. And
plays Jet is. I did agree
Yeah.
with Crit. Like he was Jet. It's just
Mhm.
Yeah.
John
it's the
Cho, who was
writing.
about 50 at the time. He didn't look 50. I'll say that, but
No. No.
Spike is supposed to be a 28-year-old guy, and they did have some of the smoking. It's the other stuff that they got wrong in the show. But what killed the
Exactly.
show for a
And when you
lot of
get like to the
people was.
point,
Mhm.
I remember when I saw it, and suddenly you have this random, the woman coming in there, and then suddenly they have sex, and it's like, bro, what the fuck, dude?
Well, she
Well, yeah.
You know,
also she came in at the wrong time. Like they should have just set it up like they did in the anime,
Mhm.
and they didn't. And so that's why a lot of these, if you're going to do a good adaptation, I know there's mixed feelings about the Last Airbender and stuff like that. I know Jace liked it a lot.
I
I
enjoyed it. I
uh,
enjoyed it.
there's things in there that if you watch any of the anime, you can connect, but you need to follow certain things. And Faye Valentine being a lesbian is not something that makes any
No.
sense. That is
No.
just a blatant
No.
agenda, and I don't care what
Mhm.
anybody thinks about that. That's what that was. Blatant agenda, and it
It
was
wasn't even
really
Faye Valentine. They got
no.
her character all wrong. She's not a
Hmm.
bounty hunter. She's a femme
Yeah.
fatale
Right,
con artist.
right,
But they
exactly.
couldn't follow source material. It's just
No,
it's whatever we want to do. It's
the
like, oh, look at this. We've got these characters. Well, we don't know anything about the anime. Let's just make it
mhm.
up as we go along.
Mhm.
the
Exactly.
the
And they
creator.
forget. They
Mhm, go
forget
ahead.
that Spike was a German. He wasn't Asian.
Right.
That's right.
Spike
Yeah.
Spiegel. I always thought
Yeah.
he was like
Mhm.
I don't know, Jewish in his ancestry.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Spiegel.
just
Yeah.
they're
That's
missing
true.
the
Actually,
point.
yeah.
So if they're gonna go through, and Netflix seems to be the ones who, oh, we're gonna do the adaptation of these different animes. They've done Death Note. They tried to do Cowboy Bebop, and they could have gotten it right.
Now they're doing another
Uh,
live
Now they're gonna
adaptation.
do My Hero Academia, but
Hmm.
are they going to understand the humor, understand how the characters are,
Hmm.
understand the
With
jokes?
my
Yeah.
hero, if I'm not mistaken, that is, if I'm not, was it the guy who did Alice in Borderland who is gonna do it? If I'm not mistaken,
Could
um,
be.
if it
They
is
can make it
him,
work, but they
yeah. But
have
the
to
thing with him
understand
is
these
that he
things.
respects source material. He's a guy who just respects source material. He
Hmm.
never bends the knee to
Yeah,
stuff
it
like
doesn't have
he.
to be everything because it's still you're watching something on a screen and it's not an actual anime, but it needs to follow certain path. And people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, they got away with it with stuff like Resident Evil, we'll say. But even when they did one that was closer, they race
Yeah,
swap
yeah, it
characters,
is
they do other
Shinsuke
stuff.
Sato. It is
Oh, okay.
Shinsuke Sato who he is one of my favorite. He is one of my favorite creators when it comes to live adaptations of anime stuff and manga stuff. Because again, he has always respected source material, and that's one thing I've always loved about him when it comes to source material. He cares about it. It's even when even back in the day when he did also Death Note, light up the new world from the Japanese movies that they did back in the day. And fun fact, the first Death Note movie came before the anime, came out before the anime. So that movie was just an adaptation from the manga, no anime at all. That was only a manga.
You mean
And
the Viz Media live action
yeah, the
Death
Japanese
Note?
live action,
Yeah,
the
yeah, that was
Japanese
pretty
one.
good. I
Yeah,
have
that came
those.
up first. Before the anime, we had the first movie. And then we have like the three movies, but we'd also have the fourth movie called Death Note Light Up a New World with new characters. And also Misa is back and stuff like that. And the thing is that Sato, he listens to the creators because, again, he added a big thing in the show, in the movie, that they didn't show in the movies or anime or manga, but it was hinted to and it was talked about that Misa died. And the directors, the creators of Death Note talked about this, that she committed suicide because she couldn't live in a world without light, you know?
Hmm.
So they talked, so he listened to all of that and he decided, I will bring Misa back into this movie and I'm going to actually let her have her death in this movie as the creators of Death Note has described it. So he is that kind of guy that really follows a lot. And also, look what he did with Alice in Borderland. He did that in so good justice and so good respect and such a well done show. And even the anime couldn't keep up because they tried to make an anime back in the day. It got canceled really fast. They never finished it, right? It was poor. It was bad. And the live action came out and he made it justice. He made it really good, even with the small changes. And fun fact about Alice in Borderland, in the manga too, before the woke days, they actually had a trans character who was not woke. And that's funny. And
I'm
because
shocked.
that character is more than just trans, it's actually a fucking character.
Right.
And no, so he's also done, you know, the Bleach live action that I really enjoyed. And he's done a lot of other stuff, and he really cares about the source. So he is the one who is the director of My Hero Academia movie. So I think that movie can actually do well when he's the guy behind it. That's what I think, at least. I have faith in him.
Well, yeah. Are we going to have? Are you going to do Cowboy Bebop, or are you going to be doing One Piece? How are you going to be faithful? Or are you just going to go a wild direction? That's the thing.
Yeah, no, he just do My Hero. He doesn't do One Piece.
No, no. But I'm saying about the adaptation with Netflix and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Oh yeah, no, I
That's what
think
I'm
that
saying.
he's gonna be more like in my view as a big fan of him and seen a lot of his work. I think it's gonna be more intact with, like, you know, One Piece, like
Yeah.
actually
Right.
respecting the source, like he has always done. He has never tried to go away from the source, even when he changes some stuff. He still keeps intact with the source material.
Well, again, it's an adaptation. There's going to be changes,
Of
and
course.
it's how you do the changes. Are you going to be respectful? So that never bothers
That's
me,
right.
as long as they do
Exactly.
it right.
Yeah, it's mhm. Yeah, it's just certain things you have to follow, and Netflix, Bebop.
Yeah, your favorite one. We know you love
Yeah.
it. It's your
No, I
favorite.
watched 2 episodes of it with Crit, and I says, "What the hell is this?" It started
He
off okay.
loves
It really
Faye.
did.
He
Started
loves
off
Faye.
okay, and then other people tell me, which makes me laugh. I'm sorry, but not sorry. It makes me laugh when people go, "Oh, this was the reason this failed is because of the hardcore anime fans." Oh, please. The reason this failed is because of the direction that Netflix decided to go with it. Even the creator of Cowboy Bebop basically said, "What is this?" Who's now involved in that new show Lazarus, which that's taking some directions right now. If any of you guys have watched it, where you're just like, there is some agenda here, and I don't really care for it. They need to get back to the plot and sticking with the main plot and
Yeah, I
stop
know that
going to the
Netflix is also
sides.
doing a new adaptation now. You know, it's called Bet, like in English.
Hmm.
And you know, it's about gambling. It's a big anime. I think a lot of people know about it if they because one of the characters, Kekaguri, or it is based on the Kakeguri, or how you pronounce her name, compulsive gambler. It's a big anime, big manga, and Netflix is doing an adaptation of it, and everything is changed. Everything is
Oh
shit.
yes.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
I've
it?
seen. I've seen. I'm not familiar with the anime. I've seen it. Well, back when I used to go to conventions, I think it's the one I've seen cosplayed a lot about gambling and whatnot. And
Yeah, she has a red
yeah,
suit and
yep,
yeah.
yep.
So one of the favorite characters in the manga and anime has been turned into a gay boy.
Oh, of course.
He's now a gay boy. Like it's a female and everything in the manga and anime, but now it's a gay boy.
Why not?
Like
Come on,
what the
man.
fuck,
Give it
dude?
time.
Like what the fuck?
Those check boxes aren't going to check themselves, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it looks terrible. I saw the trailer and I'm like, yeah, no, I will skip this. If this was Japan making it, I would watch it because they would at least, you know, have the characters right and be more intact with the story. But yeah, no, not Netflix is
Yeah.
doing the checkbox with that one.
Well, come on.
Netflix is going
check.
Netflix, basically.
Yes, full Netflix, and it looks terrible. Maybe we should do that on another stream one day and look at the trailer, but we are gonna do the Cowboy Bebop one before we wrap up for tonight. And this is all your fault,
guys,
Cash.
You don't need to do that. You don't need
It's
to
all
do
your
that.
fault, Cash.
It's just,
You can read it, Cash, if you want to.
no, that's all right. Go ahead.
Look at
Getting
him.
excited.
He's squirming.
It-
I like it when he's
So,
squirming.
Pop,
No,
you know,
it's just-
this is
it's just
Cash's
funny.
favorite
I didn't
series. It's
know-
his
I didn't
favorite
know
thing. That's
anything.
why.
I didn't really know much
gotcha.
of anything of this. Yeah, right. I didn't know anything about this woman until she started opening up her mouth. But anybody who watched Cowboy Bebop and how her attitude was about this and the insult,
You know, this
she
show saved
threw,
lives, just like
Yeah.
Internals.
it was just outrageous, absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, her
So-
comments 3 years ago. I
Yeah,
covered this
uh-huh.
3 years
Yeah.
ago.
About
Her comments.
Yes.
about the costume, but Jace, you and I both know watching wrestling that
Yes.
the women wrestlers wear outfits very similar to Faye's.
Yes. I know.
Yep, it started with the costume, and it was like she just looked like a wannabe Han Solo with that costume, and it was like, and then they were like, "Oh, you have a problem with the costume? Then why do we find pictures of you wearing this and so on?" And so she just
Yeah.
looked
Yeah,
like a hypocrite.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
No, her early comments were very snarky, very condescending to the
Very.
fan base. Like, oh, I'm sorry we couldn't find anybody that fit those dimensions and just have to settle with little old me and so on and so on.
Exactly.
Started the
Yeah.
incel comments, started the things.
Oh,
even,
God.
You know, we've seen that even from Samuel Jackson and some of these other people. It's just pinhead
yeah.
nonsense. It's like, okay, dude, whatever. You know, like we enjoyed a lot of your work, but if you want to be stupid like this, well, you're gonna
Well, he
get
is.
the backlash. Right.
Exactly.
I mean, that's Samuel L. Jackson. He might be cool as a character, but he can be a twat waffle.
He can be a twat waffle, but Daniela Pineda, or how you fucking pronounce her name,
Pinata.
couldn't
You
bother.
got it. I call it
Pinata.
man. Pinata. right.
Pinata backtracks on her derision of Cowboy Bebop fans 3 years ago after the show's release. So here we have fake Valentine, not Faye, but fake Valentine. If you recall,
Oh, there
back
it
in
is.
yeah, if you can recall, back in August 2021, Pinata or fuck, I hate her last name.
Pineda.
Dude. Pineda. Posted an update onto her Instagram story called fan apology. In the video, fuck her name.
Pineda.
Just call her
Pin.
Pin.
I'm just
call her
gonna call her
Pin.
Pin. I fucking hate her last name, dude. I'm Norwegian. Don't have such a
I,
fucking
I,
hard
I
last
feel
name.
your pain, Jace. I feel your pain.
Okay, that's good. I'm not the only one. I can't blame it on being a Norwegian. Fuck.
Yeah. Ask Mike to say something Japanese name.
But Pin stated, "Hey, you guys. As you know, our fake Kobo Bebop first look dropped today, which was exciting, and I just want to address a couple of things that keep coming up in the comments amongst fans." She proceeded sarcastically deride critics of the first look, saying, "First, I want to apologize to fans that I did not tonically match the Faye Valentine character. 6 foot, double D sized breast, 2-inch waist." It's like, again, we
That's
know that real people cannot always be like, anime characters. We know
She
No,
that.
also
but
know that the
her
character was from
condescending
Singapore as well.
attitude.
It's
yeah,
the
it's that
attitude.
snarky, condescending attitude, and she didn't describe the character of Faye Valentine. She described, I don't know what she was describing.
I have no clue either.
Well, and not only that, when she's doing this, they found pictures of her wearing costumes for something that was even skimpier than
Yes.
Faye
Yeah,
Valentine.
some
Yeah.
kind of exercise video or some such thing,
Yeah.
jazzercise or whatnot.
Exactly. So, they looked everywhere for that woman, and they couldn't find her. It was kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know I'm right. Oh, God damn it.
No, I don't think I heard people complain about how she looked. It's the attitude and the costuming.
I have nothing like for me. I have nothing of the. I don't hate the way she looks. She's a decent lady and all that. But it is the writing of the show, what they did, and of course her fucking attitude.
Right.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. You have Daniel Pineda 3 years ago, 4 years ago, however long you want to say it was, and then fast forward to now, you have Rachel Ziegler. These young actresses, and they're spoiled, entitled,
Yeah.
I deserve to be respected attitudes when they really haven't done anything to earn anybody's respect.
No.
No.
Then do something that will earn their respect. Then do something.
And this is going back to originally what we were talking about before when say about oh, they cast a woman as can be woke. This is the reason why you have that knee-jerk attitude.
Right.
Because they're constantly out there berating and insulting. That's why I don't agree with it, but I can understand why when they say about having a woman in or focusing on a woman, that they start thinking, oh, this is gonna be woke crap, because they open their mouths.
Right.
I mean, even Daisy. I'm not hating on Daisy Ridley here, but when she goes out and says Ray has no faults.
Right. Well, it's just going back
like,
even to the. Yeah, I know. And the Simeon Liu thing. Like, I am the first Asian action star, blah, blah. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, just forget about Jackie
bro?
Chan, Jet Li,
What
Bruce
are you
Lee,
talking
Yeah.
about?
Tony Jaa,
Come on, man.
Donnie
And
Yen.
What are you
History
saying?
starts with them.
And yet, let's not
Yes.
forget Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, first
that was-
Oh, yes,
Remember
yes.
that
was-
interview?
Yeah.
And Sigourney Weaver just probably was like, "Oh my gosh, did she really say that?" She's like, "But I don't really want to get into it." It's like, yeah, that's cool if she thinks that. Like, yeah, Sigourney Weaver, that's the approach she took with it, and that's fine. That's fine. She doesn't have to get all into it about how Jennifer Lawrence is an idiot, whatever.
She did it perfectly. She had that little snarky type comment and did a drop and run. She didn't need to go more than that.
No.
Exactly.
That's because she's Ellen Ripley. She knows what she's doing.
That's right.
She's classy.
Yes.
Exactly. So there was talk about, like, can we put Daniela in a time machine, maybe give her a different parents, so she has different genetic. Fucking hell.
Maybe give her dad a condom.
Just watch the dang fucking anime. They
Like,
explain her
condescending
background.
attitude.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Faye Valentine's badass.
Hey, this is a woman you guys want to marry, right?
I mean, she's good looking. That's about it.
Not with an
Yeah.
attitude like that.
No.
That attitude makes her very unattractive.
I also
Well,
feel like, and
Well,
I'm sure
that's
that
the
people.
difference. She's good looking, but she's not attractive. No,
I think other people are seeing the same thing also with her. Is like, oh, she's got a movie coming out now. She feels she needs to apologize for something. Like it's just it seems to connect.
Yeah, because she needs people to go watch her new movie or whatever.
Yeah, whatever she does.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hi, I'm out here now. I've got something new. Please watch my new
Yeah,
stuff.
please. I'm sorry.
Oh, and
Please watch.
by the way, I'm sorry
I need
for
money.
those comments from 3-4 years ago where I attacked the fans and belittled them.
I think
exactly.
I think they had a handler over there that sat back and said, "Listen, you're poison right now. Do something to win them back."
Yeah, right.
People are not happy with you.
But she moved on from what was it? She was in those Jurassic World movies, which I don't know if people remember that.
Was she eaten?
I don't know.
Well, she
I don't know either. Can't remember the last one of those I watched.
I don't know.
That's the problem with the Jurassic World movies. They're not memorable.
They are.
Yeah.
I remember the first one. That's the only one I remember. That's the one I remember well.
There we go.
Dinosaurs and Chris Pratt, and that's about
Yes, that's it.
Let's see. Chris Pratt had dinosaurs. Yep.
Yes, both things we need. But yeah, genetic information to sort of make her look better. It proved to be too complicated, she added. And look at her face on this.
Yeah, the eye rolling.
She looks like she's a possessed demon.
Yeah.
Well, that's because
I think we need Wednesday to fix this. She then addressed criticism of her character's outfit. Other thing I wanted to bring up was I want to apologize that the outfit I'm wearing is not exactly what she wears in the anime. She continued, we tried, but doing stunts in tissue paper and things disappear, they rip. Sometimes it just gets lost. What the fuck?
Tissue paper?
Tissue
What?
That's
What the?
That's snarky condescending attitude.
Because we've seen cosplayers with the same outfit.
Yes,
yeah.
just done it.
So I don't want to. We've
so
also
well
seen it
done
in
too.
There's been a few fan projects as well.
And dare I say, even getting and even having the figure that she's supposed to have.
Yeah, and again,
I mean, she says this comment. You take a look at these cosplayers. It's like, yeah, they got the figure, they got the costume, and they got a great attitude. They have to, because they get money
exactly.
for the pictures they get.
Exactly. So snarky, irritating, fucking attitude.
Yeah.
Next,
that's par for the course. Oh, I'm sorry. It's par for the course with them. It's any actor or actress that feels any kind of pushback from their performance, like, let's attack the fans.
Yeah.
Tried and true.
Yeah,
tactic.
exactly. We're the
like
bigots and evil people.
Like Nathan Fillion, I'm sure would never do that. He just wouldn't.
Nope.
No, or Chris Pratt, or any of these guys. That's why they're loved.
Exactly. And next she claimed, anyway, like I was saying, that original costume they made a couple of them, but like I said, they sort of got slurped up in my various creatives, never to be retrieved again. So we really needed to build something that could withstand the test of time.
Yeah, how did that work for you?
Yeah.
Sure. I read that as she's never actually looked at the costume or tried one on. That's my impression of that. She just making up excuses.
It becomes like that, yeah. And again, it's not that hard to make her costume and make it work in the show and can actually do stunt and fight in them. It's like we have a lot of people that can do this in fan films and just cosplaying. It's like it's not that hard,
Well,
it was
look
shortly
at the stunt women.
Yeah, it was shortly after these comments that the footage of her exercise video came out.
Yep. And then the video transitions into Rick Roll. Oh, fucking hell. It's like the things that I've not seen her video. So that's how much I cared about this.
Yes.
So it goes into Never Gonna Give You Up. Really? Really? Of all things. How childish can you be?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we got the answer.
Yes, exactly. Playing over a comment Pinata made on the Hollywood Reporter's Instagram that states, "Oh man, they better not ruin this. I mean, where's Ed? They better not mess this up. Why is
Oh.
Faye half naked? Why isn't Faye half naked?" Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't even get me started on Ed.
Okay, so what do you want to say about Ed?
No.
You have the floor. You have the
Don't
floor.
poke the bear.
let's-
don't
Oh no.
Yeah,
What?
Ed was
The-
not Ed.
Ed was
put it
not
that
Ed.
way.
Ed was some kind of spastic
Mhm.
kid hopping around high on energy drinks or something. It was like
Yes.
give him full of some kind of caffeinated energy drink, shake him up, and then let him loose. That was Ed.
Yeah.
Completely
no, I
different
get you, man.
characterization.
It was not Ed at all.
Yeah, Ed's hyper in the anime, but Ed also will calm down too, and Ed does care
Yeah.
about stuff, and Ed is always
He's good in
curious
the
about
anime.
things. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
she,
And,
right? Isn't it she? Yeah, she's
Yeah,
in the anime, right? Mhm.
Radical Ed.
yeah.
Like
That's
the-
why the voice actor who said like, I agree with her. Like Faye Valentine in the anime is, I would say, an actual feminist. So, I don't know if you
no,
ever watched
exactly.
those interviews or not, Pop, but
No, I haven't.
it's very interesting. The whole cast talking. Blum
Yep.
can be a knucklehead though, but that's beside the point.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just continues with more, with the comment thing. A few months after the rating fans of the anime, Pinata stood by her comments, telling Deadline, "It was definitely my first interaction with very, very vocal trolls." Well, I'm
Yeah.
Norwegian, so I'm basically a troll, so okay.
I, thought
I
you were
take
a
that with
Nissen.
pride.
I always view you as a Nissen.
They always use the word trolls and incels
Yeah, of
and
course.
whatever with things that they don't agree with. Like there's actual legitimate criticism, not just yes. There's
Exactly.
people making stupid comments, sure, that are trolling or just
Yeah.
don't like it. Okay, fine. Humans are
Yeah.
humans, but there's also
McCrackens.
legitimate legitimate criticism that she just ignored. So
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that,
exactly.
that's
She
a
was
way to
criticized,
shut
that's
down
trolling.
all criticism.
Exactly. The first interaction. All where the fuck? Yeah, trolls. Social media gives access to pretty much anyone who wants to say anything. Yeah, no shit. That's
Yeah,
how
look at you,
internet
woman.
works.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Called
Good
the
you
Wild
found
Wild
out.
West for a reason.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, you did it too. Good for you. Congratulations. I thought you were stupid. Apparently, you have some brain cells at
That
least.
whole freedom of speech thing, crazy that.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
Yeah, that
God.
is
Really?
crazy.
Wow.
Although I feel like some people would be disheartened, I found a way to clap back with that video that I gave, which was very cheeky and silly.
cheeky? No, it wasn't. Come on, man.
It was
Don't
really
bullshit.
stupid. Rather than stay quiet, which is usually what everybody wants you to do. Yeah, especially when you're a fucking stupid actor. Your job is to be a professional liar and entertain the people. And don't attack the fans who are just critics and, passionate fans, People who actually cares about this anime and the storylines, these characters and everything. Of course they're going to talk about it and criticize it for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And again, again, they didn't attack you in the beginning, and it's not what it comes to. It comes to the writing and the show and the direction of what they did.
Right.
Like
She
you could
was
just,
even
She just added more to it with her
she added
snarky.
more to the fire.
when she
When she
first is
comments.
announced, it's like, no, that's not where she's supposed to be. If we're gonna follow the anime, those certain things should be important. And it's like, no, this is not
Exactly.
where she would be, or how she feels, or the way she talked and she started cursing. It's like that's not who Faye Valentine is. You guys are missing
Nope.
the point. And when people will try to
I'm
defend
shocked.
this stuff, and they can defend it all they want, ask yourself why this stuff failed, why it only got one season.
Exactly. And it is the same thing,
That's
you
not
know. We've
always the
talked.
case. There's
No,
art quality
exactly.
shows that don't get love. Firefly.
No,
I don't
exactly.
know, but
Oh,
Yeah.
Firefly was so good.
yeah.
But no, it's also, you know, we've talked about this, all of us, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, the actor who played Rose Tico and, you know, Finn and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We defended them for a long time. We didn't hate them or anything like that, you know. Nothing. And then, of course, they come out and, of course, they're gonna trash the fans and, you know, all that fucking bullshit too this year.
Of course. Why not?
But you know, you're just destroying for yourself. Because again, we're going after the movie, the creators of the movie, the writing of the movie, the production of the movie, what they're doing with the movies and TV shows. That's what we're going after. We
The
don't care
people that
about
make
you
those
guys.
decisions.
Yes.
You guys just make it worse when you come out and trashing the fans. You add more to the fire. And of course, people are gonna fight back. People are gonna call you out for it. And of course, that's gonna harm your image. Is gonna harm you in the acting world. Of course, it is.
Yeah,
A
the
lot more
reputation,
people,
yeah.
yeah, a lot more people, you know, who also works on film might be like, you know, this woman, you know, she's a great actor and stuff, but you know, it's a lot of problems. Would we risk it? You know?
Well, again, it comes around to fragile ego. It comes around to insecurity, which a lot of actors have. And
Yes.
none of them like to be criticized. And any criticism that they hear, they'll take personal, even if it's not directed at them.
Right.
And then they start doing
Exactly.
this. It's like, excuse me, where did I say this about you? What did you know? I was in many ways defending you, but yet you want to sit
Exactly.
back and say how horrible I am. Okay, I guess I'm never going to defend you again. Okay, you I accept your terms.
You're proving your point.
Yeah, I accept your terms.
Exactly. Um, so, um, so I felt so inclined to say something. She continued. I felt like that response was definitely in the spirit of Faye.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you're wrong on that one.
tell us that you don't know anything about the source material by telling us about the source material.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All I have to say is, the hell you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I give us a second here.
The hell you say?
We do have it. It is all
Probably
because of
the most
Aaron.
important clip you can have. That is the most important one. Thank you, Ed O'Neill.
Yes.
Exactly. And then she also goes on to, you know, I also got Steve Bloom's blessing, the voice of Spike,
Steve
who
Blum,
backed who backed me up, and I was like, all right, guys, I don't care what you say. If the guy backs me up, no one can say anything. Yeah, even if he's just a voice actor, you know.
Yeah.
He's just a voice actor of the character. He did a good job. He was the character, etc.,
Yeah, I
etc.
liked him a
Yes.
lot.
But
Yeah.
I don't care if he backed you or gave you his blessing on it. Again, he was just a voice actor of the anime.
Yeah.
And again, we have different. You know, we have the original Japanese and of course the dub.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Yeah.
So
Let's okay, we're keeping score. Okay, you have the voice actor who played Spike on your side. Great, wonderful. We got the creator on our side. Who you think?
Yeah, exactly. The
holds more?
creator was the exactly.
Yeah.
I think we got that trump card. Sorry, you had the king. You had the pair of kings. You thought you were going to win. We had
Exactly.
aces.
Because
That's right.
I care more about the creators of the show, what they have to say about it, even if I disagree. But it's more important to listen to the creators of the shows themselves. And I don't care about the voice actors. I only care if they do a good job.
Yep. When
Do
you
a good
listen
job,
to the
I'm happy.
creators, you get something like One Piece, which was
Exactly.
excellent on all fronts. I mean,
Yeah, One
that
Piece
fired on all
the-
cylinders.
It pretty much did, though. It could have gotten a few more episodes. I feel the last arc was a
It could
little
have.
rushed.
It could
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Mhm.
But still, they respected the source material because, again, the creator was there watching over it,
They did a lot of good work. They could have made the nose longer, but maybe that would have been
Exactly.
tough. I don't know. Some people who say like the CGI, I've had some conversations with some
Oh, the
people
CGI
about
was
this.
great in it.
They say it's crap, and I'm like, I don't.
How
agree
is
with
that crap?
I don't
But then,
know.
I don't know.
then I'm gonna say, do better then.
I don't know. One Piece was excellent. It left me wanting more,
Mhm.
whereas
Exactly.
Cowboy Bebop just
Ugh,
made me wanting to rewatch the original anime again and
that's right.
wash that, wash the taste of that terrible adaptation out of my
Yeah,
mouth.
Yes.
Figuratively.
exactly. Need a planet. You need a cleanser.
Palate cleanser. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
But now, while speaking to Direct for her upcoming film, The Accountant 2, that I am looking forward to watch. Again, I do like the first one, so I do look forward to the second
watched
one,
the
even
first
though if she's in it, um, just do good acting, and I'm happy, even though you're a fucking dumbass.
Mhm.
Pinata has completely changed her story. Oh
I'm
my.
shocked.
She
I'm
changed her
shocked.
story, guys. She said, I want to clarify something. So, years
Oh.
ago, when the franchise came out on Netflix, I was shooting a movie in Puerto Rico, and I was goofing off, and I made some. I'm not used to anyone watching my videos.
Bullshit.
Okay. You have Instagram? Of course, a lot of people are gonna watch your shit. So that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And
You have all that, so you want people watching. You're happy. You follow.
exactly, that's the
You
main
got your thing.
point.
Yeah. You're constantly looking at it, seeing, oh, what's my followers, my minions. Oh, they can worship me, the goddess of whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, and made this dumb video, kind of poking fun at myself.
Uh. Uh. Uh.
No, you were poking
Uh.
fun and attacking the fans.
Um. Yeah. We'll just leave
The
it
video is out there.
I'm gonna be like Tyrus and go, yeah. Yeah.
It's revisionist history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
again, they think we're that dumb because they don't remember shit. They don't think we remember shit.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly. um, because I
I mean,
was scared.
I'm gonna say Rita Penny or whatever her name is
Yeah,
on
Pineda.
on Australia. Give us we don't hate them enough because they have nothing but contempt for us. And then when they get caught, they have all this BS revisionism and you didn't understand or blah blah blah. No, we understood.
They
Enough.
Exactly.
they want to make this new stuff. They want to do adaptations. They need to follow the source material. It's the same thing with the fantasy stuff. Like people can, oh, you just hate women. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, are we going to
Yeah, but
look
Cash,
at?
everybody tells you that you hate women, so you hate
know,
women, I
right?
guess.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
I love
really,
women. I'm
it's-
married to a woman, so I guess I
it's
like
just-
them.
It's just so stupid. It's like, look at Agent Carter, for example. I always go back to that. That show was kick ass, man, for 2 seasons. It could have gone longer. And of course, ABC screwed it up. And who owns ABC still? Disney. But they screwed it up. And it's like, but we hate women. That Laura
Agents of
Croft
S.H.I.E.L.D. was
movie,
good.
it
Good
was
women
decent,
characters.
but it was okay, that Laura Croft movie, but it still was not better than the original one with Angelina Jolie because they
No.
followed a lot of the source material. Even
No,
they tried
yeah.
with the
But we
newest
still
one,
hate
but Walton
women.
Goggins was the only good thing really about that movie.
Yeah, so I want
It
to
was
ask
okay.
something to these people who says that we hate women all the time. So if we hate women, does that mean we're all gay? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Legit, is that what you're trying to tell us, that we're all gay? Because apparently we hate women.
Fandom
Yeah.
drives these franchises, whether they like it or
Yes.
not. You go back, you look at some great stuff from the late mid '90s, like Xena.
Yes.
Sarah
Oh, yeah.
Connor,
Yes. The Sarah Connor
Yes.
Chronicles. That was a great
Buffy,
show.
Buffy the
Yes,
Vampire,
Buffy,
Buffy was
and
yes.
great
Michelle
too.
Gellar. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were
That
strong female characters in the way that
that
they
show with
had
Tia
like
Carrera, Relic Hunter,
exactly.
or whatever it was called. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was a pretty cool show too. It was
Yeah,
pretty
it was
good.
Relic Hunter.
What about all the
Yeah.
strong women in shows like Las Vegas? What about that? Yeah, a lot of them were attractive, but they were strong women. They had their own personalities. They had, besides the relationships. I mean, where is this writing?
What about the women in the original CSI? They were
Yes.
strong.
Yes, those women in CSI were very
Exactly.
strong. Absolutely. What about the women in The Rookie? If you guys have watched that show, there's strong women in
Yes.
that show too.
I dropped out of the Rookie like around the first season. It just became repetitive, and I was
Okay.
missing. Every time I watched Rookie, there was like 2 stars there from 2 different franchises. You had, of course, Nathan Fillion from
Yeah.
Firefly. Then you had
Yes.
the actress
And
whose
the
name
castle and yeah.
whose name escapes me from Dark Matter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I loved Dark Matter. It ended on a cliffhanger, and the next thing I know, oh, here's Rookie, and here's the actress from Dark Matter. I was like, oh, great.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
one strong female character I always bring up is Major Kira from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was a badass. She's a badass also. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to throw in some other stuff. Let's go a bit. Dempsey and Makepeace, I believe, from England. American cop, British cop. He's over there, and it was a great show that they had over there. A very strong woman, of course.
we
Being that
still
those two
hate
were
women.
married, she wasn't good. Yeah, she was not going to let her husband, actor, play her as a goof. Have her be a goof, a strong character.
Yeah.
Let's go to Remington Steele, for Christ's sake.
Uh-huh.
I got one even better than that. That's the British TV show The Avengers. Diana
Yeah.
Oh
Rigg.
yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. She
And
was
Fantastic role,
Yeah.
fantastic actress, legendary.
Exactly.
yes.
And
Well,
what's
no-
her name? What that played Pussy Galore in the James
Oh,
Bond?
yeah.
She was one of them too. I got
Yeah,
no
like
block on her.
Yep.
sure, people can be like, "Oh, well, they were just damsels in distress." No, they weren't. They
No,
were trying to kill
no,
one. They had
no.
all kind of personalities.
But it doesn't
No,
matter
no,
how
no.
much we talk about strong women,
Right.
we still hate them.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's just
Diana-
a talking point. It's
Yes.
a tired. It's a
Right.
very tired, used talking point.
Right.
It's a very
it-
easy way to launch
Exactly.
the attack
It-
button.
Exactly. It's all these actors, producers, directors, you name it, from the top down. It's all they have to go to.
Yes.
Hmm
Oh, here's another one. Heart to Heart.
Yes.
Mhm.
You're right.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, they're a married couple.
Yes.
They both had their strengths and weaknesses, and they worked together on that. And she was a strong character.
Oh, exactly.
about Cagney and
Hard,
Lacey?
Moonlighting.
Yep.
yes.
So many
Moonlighting,
great women
absolutely,
characters
yes.
out there, you know,
Yes.
and
Well, Mike, Cagney and Lacey didn't last long. Come on, nobody liked that show. It didn't go for many seasons. Oh, wait a moment, wrong show. I mean,
but again, you know, we got that out of the way, of course. So of course she continues with, yeah, making fun of myself, you know, and all that. No, you
Bullshit.
didn't. You were attacking the fans.
yeah, you're being
Because I was getting all of the DMs from people saying you're terrible, you're fat, go away, just like
What?
awful messages.
Said no one. Said no one. probably.
That's fat.
Yeah, apparently, according to her, people called her
Okay.
fat.
Can we meet? I'll show
no.
her what fat is. Okay, here. This is fat. I was a stunt double for Jabba the Hutt. Okay, so don't talk to me about fat.
Ooga,
Excuse me. You're
ooga.
fat appropriating. You're fat. This is stolen fat valor. I am not going to stand for that.
Jabba the Baron.
Bear in the hut.
Yeah, Bear in the
Valor.
Hut.
Oh, man.
Bantha poodoo ha ha no snabuki muka.
So since you're a Hut, that means my father is also a Hut then, because you're basically brothers.
and you're stinky. You're the
And-
little
and-
baby Hut.
And Baron, this whole time I thought you were Kosh.
And
Oh,
I do
no.
want to say hail to Lady Mist.
Hey, Lady Miss, how you
Hello,
doing?
Lady
Hello.
Miss.
Hail to,
Yeah.
good to see you. But apparently, she got messages, you're terrible, you're fat, highly doubt it. Show us receipts then if you're so fucking honest about it.
Yeah,
Are
Please.
there
that's what I want.
are there trolls out there? Of course there is,
Of
but
course.
I think
I
more
am.
people complain about your show that you were in more than you.
Yeah, and now it's you because you opened your fat mouth and started attacking.
Oh, yeah. So I just made this like on a whim Instagram story, just joking about the fact that like, sorry guys, I'm sorry I was cast, and I used the word fans. Yeah, you did because you were attacking the fans. You didn't
Yeah,
just use it. You were legit attacking the goddamn fucking fans, the passionate fans of the show, the original anime that loves this show.
yeah. You know what? And of course, calling insults. Excuse me, Miss Pinata, but I think a lot of fans, especially when they go to conventions, get laid way more than you. I'm not
Burn.
kidding. No, it's
I mean,
true. I mean, for
no,
crying out loud,
I
some of these
think that was
conventions.
all even going on at TwitchCon. I think people hooked up.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
that's
hooking up.
that's
I'm
normal
not
on
going to say anything.
conventions. Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
not going to say anything about my convention experiences, but that's kind of how my ex-wife and I. But that's beside the point.
it's beside the point.
You see, Baron, when the male human sees the female human, and the opposites attract, they start a mating
Yeah, that's
ritual.
crazy how it works, right?
Yeah.
He wants to put his woohoo into her cha-cha. See there, I did a little. What would you say? Try to make it universal, saying that.
Yeah.
When a mommy
and
nerd meets a daddy nerd and they hook
Yeah.
up, they make
There's a
little
lot of nerds.
oh, exactly.
There's a reason why there's a lot of nerds because two nerds got together, okay, and that's why they're more than one baby nerd. It's like they thought, it's like, hey, I like this.
Yeah.
Or you
so
have
let's
something like Tyrus, where he had 7 kids in 1 year from 7 different women,
exactly.
And yes, I knew people like that in fandom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Baron, that is true, because when a
Yeah.
female Borg meets a male Klingon, she assimilates him.
Exactly.
There was a lot of assimilating going on, I tell you what.
And but we are gonna finish up this article, of course. And then when I meant to say trolls, so she meant to say trolls when she said fans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you guys believe her? Do you guys
No.
believe her?
Mm,
Pop,
She's
you
in
believe
no,
her?
another
not
movie,
really.
and it's like I wonder if some of the people, her agent or other people from, hey, you should apologize for this. Make you look better. I don't trust this stuff.
No, I don't.
Isn't it too little, too late?
It's just
Oh.
It's so far beyond too little, too late. I'd even forgotten it was more than
You're
3
right.
years ago.
yeah, 3 years ago, jeez.
Yeah.
But nobody
What?
cares. Nobody
Why-
cares.
why- Oh, go on. Sorry.
She could have just left well enough alone and moved on with her career if that's what she's wanting to do. But maybe her agent told her, okay, you need to like put out some kind of issue and dredge up the past again.
Yeah. It was long forgotten. You were a joke long forgotten because it wasn't that good of a joke in the first place. But is this really affecting? Because do you have to apologize to us? Is this new film or whatever she's doing? Is it a geeky film? No, or not?
No.
Then why
No,
you apologize to us? Obviously, we're not. Well, that's their attitude. They don't think that we'd be interested.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Barry.
didn't
when
know
that's
what I
not
was
the case,
saying
but-
before.
Yeah. No.
I
Exactly.
misremembered.
Why,
and
why
then-
do you care about us? We haven't said anything really about you until you just opened your mouth again.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then of
We
course she
don't
continued with
care.
it, and then she continued with and I was like, this is getting lost in translation. No, it didn't. You got your message out there clearly to everybody to
Well,
hear.
Got it out there loud and clear. It was on
Well,
video. We all saw it.
Exactly.
We all heard
no.
every single word that came out of her mouth.
She's right. She's right because I don't understand bitch. And that's what she's
Exactly.
talking about. So that translation was lost in that way because I don't speak that. So
So I'm
Um,
responding to trolls, not fans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure.
That's you, Phil. That's
Yeah,
you, Phil.
yeah. She put everybody under the same umbrella.
Right.
She
Everybody in
did.
the same group.
She
Yeah.
did in the video, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate you all.
Exactly. And it got really swept up anyway. I just had to put that out there, she concluded. Yeah, sure. And her final statements here, not only did she complete turn around about her comments, her writing the fans, but she also noted that the studio needed to do better when it comes to adaptations. Yeah, something we have said for a long time.
Come on, Chase. Hit the clip. Hit the clip.
I need to make you guys, get the
Yeah.
goddamn axes again.
The hell you say?
Thank you. It is the most important clip out there for us.
It is, and but no, we as passionate fans have talked about this for years, that they have to respect the source material and all the
Most of it, they
adaptation,
don't
all
have to
that kind of
respect
stuff.
everything. That's why even like I don't know how you know being
Respecting
on
the
the panel
blueprints of
also
what it is, the
popped,
blueprints
but
and
you
stuff like
know
that.
I love people that want to roll their eyes when you tell them that people like James Gunn has been talking a lot of crap lately. So he has a lot to prove with this
Mhm.
Superman movie, for example. And I just really
7
find funny.
villains.
Maybe they shouldn't be
Wolf.
talking so much shit all the time. Why
Well-
is it also, Pop, that we can't, for whatever reason, why can't these studios see with their brains? And it's not a hard one to see. If you're doing, say, a Nightwing film, I feel you've got to have Barbara Gordon and Batgirl and Batman in that movie because it just makes sense. It all
Yeah,
But
connects.
not
Cass,
Oracle.
Right,
for
right.
most of the people in Hollywood, as far as using their brains, they're asking what was asking Spock's brain. Brain? What is brain?
Right.
Yes.
Because
What is brain? Right.
unfortunately, a lot of people in power in Hollywood right now don't have a brain
No.
Mhm.
when it
they
comes to
really don't.
storytelling.
They
Yeah.
really don't. They can't see between. They can't see things that are just so simple. You
No.
do this and it's like, well, wouldn't that be hard to do? It's like, have you read any of the source material? Do you have an imagination in your head? Do you see? It's like if you did a fantasy.
Too much to ask for, man.
I know.
Yeah.
And people, and so these new fans, a lot of them are like, well, that's why you asking for so much. It's like because we've had it before. So why not have it again? If you're doing like a fantasy movie, say, thing, you've got to have characters that have flaws. I was explaining
Exactly.
this to one of my friends the other day. It says the reason that people are upset a lot about this female stuff is these characters don't have flaws. Oh, the character in Prey had flaws. What flaws did she have? You saw Prey, Jace. I don't know who else saw
I have,
Prey.
yeah.
I did.
I
Did
saw it.
you see?
Eh.
Did you guys see her having any flaws? And why is it when she came back and she found a way, she didn't have problems like Arnold did? If you guys remember, she didn't have problems like Arnold. She said, "Oh, I figured this out." And then when she comes back to her tribe, who's all applauding? The women. Where are the men? Oh, they're just stuck in the teepees. Okay, why? Where are they? Why aren't they clapping too? So then I start seeing, I don't know if you guys did, but it started seeing an agenda there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't
I
seen
did
Prey,
see
so I can't comment.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much about it. I thought it was decent. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it
I mean,
wasn't
they
horrible.
did they
Like,
did
there
use
was,
they
yeah,
did
there
use
was some
what
good
was it,
violence
those
in it.
French pirates or boutonnieres
Yes.
to it's like if they weren't there, then the predator would have like mopped the jungle floor with the young Indian girl.
Exactly.
So they did at least give the character, and I was like, okay, she wouldn't have been able to take on the full predator at full strength,
No.
but a weakened predator, yeah.
Yeah, but
Well-
it was like she figured out without. It's like, oh well, the man who she loved. If I remember, I'm trying to remember this movie. It's been.
I
A few
know.
Years.
It even had like a little training montage
Right,
of
and then
her
she
with
like,
that
and she
throwing dagger and rope.
Right, and she figured it out,
Kinky.
and it was like,
Yeah.
did you? That's why I didn't see really any flaws with her. Did you? Maybe the flaw was that she was somewhat caring or something, but I didn't really see a flaw with her. But
Oh, no, no
Arnold
You know
flaw,
got
exactly.
no flaw
messed
in
up.
that sense.
Right,
But
right,
if
yeah,
she didn't have the training montage, if you just grabbed some rope
Yeah, no,
and a
exactly.
throwing
Yeah,
axe
exactly,
and
yeah.
threw it, and just
exactly.
if it worked
Yes.
just right the first time,
Hmm.
then yeah, it's like, oh, okay,
Do you
we
think
got
she
a
had some
Native
training though?
American Mary Sue.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
exactly.
what?
Do you think she had any training? I don't know. They didn't really show that, did they? Maybe they did a little
Well,
bit, but
you kind of go on the assumption that
yes.
you're dealing with a tribal life. Everyone has to contribute. Everyone will probably like take part and like, oh, here's a bow and arrow. Spend a little bit of time over there shooting at the tree, or here's how you hunt. Here's how you skin and clean a
Hmm.
animal for dinner. It's
Yeah, no,
tribal
no,
life.
no, no, no,
Everyone has
exactly. Like
shared
Pop,
Yes.
responsibilities.
you are
Yeah.
spot on a lot of that kind of stuff. And like I
Yeah.
said before, I'm not a biggest fan of Prey. I have a lot of issues with it. But again,
Mm-hmm.
but again, we've seen, Killer of Killers and the other Predator movie that's coming, Badlands, and the information that we have gotten from that and what we have seen from that, and now. Now I trust Dan for what he's doing because you know, again, I talked about this earlier, but again, you see that he is respecting more of the source material now and
Mm-hmm.
respecting what Predators is and everything, and no, so the first movie the Prey movie I did not enjoy as much. Again, I said, this is just a ripoff of a fan film that has already been made. Basically, it wasn't like a good
Oh, right,
movie.
right. That one. Yep.
Well, it doesn't.
But again, Dan, and we also have, because now it's public too, with Rancor Steve's brother being part of these projects and stuff like that. So we've gotten, to know a lot more. And now the trailer came out, also with the premise of Badlands. And now, they're showing that they do care about this franchise at least, and actually trying to do something other than, Prey, because like you said, they didn't want to do a sequel to Prey, and we've seen what they want to do. So now I have a lot more faith in Dan
Mm-hmm.
and the team of what they're doing, and again, with the new trailer, they're respecting the source, and again, all Predators looks different. They've never been, not all of them look the same. It's a young Predator. I'm highly excited for a new Predator, but when it comes to Prey overall, not a big fan of it, but I am looking heavily forward to the new Predator projects that
Mm-hmm.
he's
Mhm.
doing because he has shown the good side of it of as Steve also has said on stream, what he loves about it and what I love about it, and what we wanted Predator to be, and they've gone back to the blueprints on it, and I think that's what's great.
There was one thing about the trailer for Predator Badlands that kind of rubbed me the wrong way is that we're introduced to I'm guessing, a female android.
From the
Uh,
Aliens, yes.
yeah, kind of teaming up with a predator.
Yes, and that's
It
not
is,
again. It's not
it's,
the. I'm gonna say it like this. For a
mm-hmm.
guy who I don't know if you have read comics or of Predator.
Yep.
Yeah, and for me again, also who's read and watched other stuff, it's not uncommon for that species to work with humans either.
No, no, I was
So
about to say it's going back to the early 90s Dark Horse series, Alien versus Predator. I can remember
yes,
getting that from my local actually the comic book store I was working at the time, and
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
reading through it, enjoying it. It was a great comic book miniseries. And then I heard the news like, oh, the live action Alien versus Predator movie.
I still
I
like
was
the first one.
excited. I was excited about that. And then I watched the Alien versus Predator movie and I was let down. I was disappointed, thinking to myself, this is nothing like the comic book.
Oh
That
no,
was
it's
the
not.
very
But
first time I was disappointed by a comic book movie adaptation. It's like, oh, they drifted so far away from the source material.
yeah,
And they
I
keep
think the
dancing
different.
around it. They keep
Yeah,
dancing around
no, I
that
understand how you feel, and I
comic book
think,
that, yeah.
and And I think for me, it's because before I read those comics, I watched the film first.
Mm-hmm.
So my first was, with the movies, but later on I did read and all. So I understand where you're coming
Oh
from
yeah,
with it,
yeah.
of course.
Well,
I really do, of
that
course.
that's why it bothered me, Pop, when I'm seeing it. I'm making the comparison, and I finally watched Predator a few years ago, the original, and it's like, man, Arnold got messed up, but this
He
woman,
did.
she barely got scratched at all. Did you notice that? And it's like
I
that's
noticed
why I'm
that.
like,
It leads
wait a
me to
second here.
believe that this is
Mm-hmm.
a younger Predator, a less experienced one.
Right.
You could make the claim that the one in the Arnold movie was experienced. He had been around.
Oh
He's
yes,
been
Yeah, he's
that's
doing
been
this a
around a
long
lot
that's true.
longer.
time.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
given I don't know how they're going to portray the Predators society. Like,
Mm-hmm.
are they like a loose society of tribal hunters, so to speak, that just happen to have advanced technology to
the
travel
premise
from
also of the
planet to
movie,
planet?
he is an outcast from the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff. And again, I know a little bit more about the plot. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna talk about that
All
online,
right,
of
right.
course.
No, it's all good.
But what I know and what I've been told and stuff like that, and I just want to say is that it, it it's looking like a good fucking future for Predator. Finally, after years of what I've heard.
It does look good. The only thing that really caught me was the look of this predator. It's like, okay, what is that? That's jarring. It does not look like the predators from the other movies. This is like a.
No, but
This is
again,
very
all
much
Predators
like,
do look different though. Like if you go through
yeah, but
every
they
look
still
and
have
races,
similar looking crab-like
to a certain
features.
point,
Yeah,
and some of
I
them do
can.
look more
Yeah.
garly, more beastly, more.
yeah, dreadlocks on the side of the head, not
Yeah,
on
just
top.
let him take down the hair, the dreadlocks. Take it down, and then
Or
it looks
move it
better.
from the top of the head to the sides of the
Just
cranium.
yeah, just
And
let
then
it
he
go
would look
down.
like all the other predators.
But again, for me, the way I think, even though it's different, it's the same species. It's like humans to another species. You have different races of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it doesn't bother me because that's the way I think about it. Is that
Yeah,
again, all of them are different. Doesn't mean everybody has to have like same features everywhere. Sometimes they
true,
can be
true.
a little different. It's like if you go for
Variations in a species, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
like if you go to Star Wars, you can see a lot of species that are similar, but they are still same species, but they are still different looking. We talked earlier. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about Star Trek, for example, the
Right, right.
Klingons and
I
stuff
was just
like
about to
that.
say TOS Klingons versus TNG Klingons, and
Uh,
then they came out with the explanation in Enterprise about the genetic variations.
Exactly. So that's the way I think
Yeah,
about
Yeah.
all this kind
they
of stuff.
just
Yeah.
you can just see the time and the effort put into it. Like I can understand people are upset about the way the face looks, but we'll see what happens.
I
I,
was gonna say
Well,
I'm
It
excited. It's
looks
gonna be
like
great.
it looks like a step in the right direction because that last
Yes.
Predators movie that had the uh armor and
Yeah,
it
we
was
don't
like,
talk about that. That's
yeah,
Suicide
that
Squad.
one. Oh, Prey was better than that one.
Yeah, Prey is better than that. I gonna say that. 'Cause I
Yeah.
hate
well,
that.
yeah, no,
I
the
mean, heck, in
violence in
Babylon
Prey was
5,
pretty
not
cool.
all Minbari
Yeah.
look alike, not all Centauri look alike.
or Narn.
Yep.
Uh,
True.
No,
no,
they don't.
exactly,
Well,
of course. But we
look
need to
at
finish
Dom
this up.
DeLuise and Burt Reynolds.
Even though this is a
Look,
lot of fun talking about, Predator, and we are derailing a little. That's fine. We are all over the. We are 3 hours now. Normally we have our maximum
we're
2 hours,
nuts.
but since Pop came in, we went a
Oh
little
yeah.
further because
Oh, I was
fuck it.
blaming Mike. I was blaming Mike.
Okay, we blame Mike. Mike, it's your fault apparently, according to Baron.
You invited me.
I know.
I didn't taste it.
You should
I-
blame
I
me.
like-
That you was directed at Jace.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
exactly.
Well, I'm
But no,
used to
I
getting
don't
in
mind that we
trouble
go a
with you,
little
that's all.
longer. It's all fun, and it's the first
Yeah.
time Pop has been here on our channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Channel, and
There was that link, and I was like, I should click on that link.
yeah,
It'll go someplace.
and you got
Yes,
transferred
you,
here.
you click on it,
Yes.
it makes you go.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Jace
Like
is
a
the master
like
of
the
missing
pack
link.
lid.
It's
Yeah, I look for things that make
Yeah,
me go.
exactly.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, it's just so I don't know with we'll see what happens, but they need to stop missing the point of these studios need to. Some of them see the point of things, the flaws, the characters, the blood, how important it is on the character. But I mean, like, I get that, Pop, that it's more experience, but it was just funny to me, that scene. It's like, wow, she seemed to figure that out pretty quickly, how to take down that predator. Even if it is weaker, that
Yeah,
seems a little shady to me.
I could buy that. I don't mind it though, because
Yeah, it's okay.
you grew
Yeah,
up in a culture where you're hunting, stalking, and hunting wild animals,
Right.
and this just happens to be a, well, much larger, scarier wild
Hmm.
animal. And it's like, how are you going to take it down?
Yeah.
exactly. But
But
before we finish
I,
up this
I agree with Lady
article,
Mist
Yeah.
with that one comment.
I do want to see what Lady Mist had to say. My opinion is they need to walk away from all that is
it'd be
now in
nice.
movies, anime, books, and comics, and create all new stories with new characters, storylines. I want to read or see something totally new.
I
Exactly.
wish they would. We
They
need
Yep,
more
same.
Babylon
I
5,
Wait until
Farscape,
my
Dark
Yeah,
book
Matter.
comes out. Wait
they
until my
do.
book comes out.
They
It's gonna
need
be great.
they
It's gonna
need
be great.
they need to understand what these characters are, and when characters die, it needs to mean something. When characters are around, they have relationships, it needs to mean something. It doesn't matter what their
Yeah.
gender
Exactly.
is, if they're lesbian, trans, whatever you want, whatever people want to make them, but they miss the point. They turn these
Uh,
characters into victims, a
exactly.
lot of them, and all this
It,
other crap that
Well,
doesn't
they
Exactly.
make
And Lady
ignore
examples
Mist
will come
lore
out
and
soon.
canon as well.
Yes.
and Lady
Build the
Mist said,
characters, the
and Lady
families,
Mist
the
said,
other things.
I want the excitement of a brand new
Mhm.
story, like when I first read Lord of the Rings or Dune or saw Star Wars for the first time. No,
Babylon
exactly.
5, Farscape,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dark
Mhm.
Matter.
The Foundation books,
Yep.
Yeah.
iRobot. I mean, my thing I've been doing lately is I've been listening to
Foundation.
all these old science fiction radio shows from England and the United States, and a lot of
Eh,
the old ones, like 2008, Beyond 2000, are Dimension X. They were from like Galaxy magazine, so they're getting adaptations like what science fiction we had back then and how
And
exciting they
what
are.
about the books that Harlan Ellison wrote?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah!
Right, right.
I mean,
Exactly.
everyone
But
points to "I have no mouth and I must scream," or the point at the boy and his dog. But you have Jeffy as 5. You have Paladin the Lost Hour. You have all
yeah,
these great stories.
Yep.
So
but we
We
But
need
had
to
a lot
finish
of
up.
great
yep.
fiction from that era.
Sci-fi and
Yeah, no,
Western
exactly.
together. We
But
haven't
we need
had
to finish
much of
up,
that
guys.
since
Oh,
like
This
yeah, yeah.
Fireflies. Yeah.
we are.
no, we're having too much fun, Jay. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I know. I'm having fun too. I'm
Quit
having
being a
fun
party
too.
pooper.
But it is
Yeah, I
his
know.
channel, so
Yes.
Oh, I guess we gotta
The-
respect
yeah,
him.
yeah.
His
do,
house, his
do,
rules.
His
do
house,
you
his
guys want to
rules.
really try to beat Zack Schneider on time? Really?
24-hour stream. Come on, let's do it, man.
No.
I'm all pumped up. I'm so loaded up on energy drinks.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
other stuff. I'm ready to go. I'm
A
next
half
now,
hour,
man.
a half hour into it, Baron, you're gonna be snoring on your
Yeah.
keyboard.
He
Yeah,
will.
he's
Just
gonna
like
be sitting
Cash.
on
Yep.
his keyboard.
Like
Never.
he used to do
But
back in the day.
so let's see what the last thing she said. She said, I feel those animations, they mean so much to people. Yeah, the anime does mean a lot to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. They're so personal for a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yep.
think people really connect to when they watch it. Yeah, they do. Good,
What?
good to point that out.
Nice generalizations there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
Mm.
And
I
the
mean,
point.
honestly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but when you have like iRobot, where you can identify with the robots and see a different direction, how that was such a pivotal moment in science fiction, how we look at AI, and then Harlan
Yeah,
Ellison's brilliant script for the movie that again Hollywood was just too damn dumb to do. And
exactly.
it's like these things move you, and they're doing something that's besides a human being, and it's touching you. Screw
Yep.
ET, forget that. That's just puff. I'm talking about right down to the core. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
This grabs us. We love it. This is why
Yep.
this is why it's important to us. These are our secular scriptures,
Yeah, no,
and we hold
exactly.
them dear.
Exactly. And yeah, so she said, yeah, really connect with them when they watch it, and the point of their life. Okay.
All right,
Uh,
whatever.
and
Mm.
so I feel like I'll say this. Having been in one, I think that studios need to do a better job valuing the IPs. Yes, we've been saying that for a long time. It's really special. It is for a lot of people. And people on Beep Up, they worked very, very hard, but it's just a special thing.
I'm not
Oh,
denying that the people were working hard in that show.
I'm
yeah,
not
no.
saying they didn't
You know,
But
do
there's a lot of
work.
people
you know,
that worked hard that we know.
and
Um,
basically they got a short end of the stick because of it.
yeah, and Pinatas added, I understand why the fans felt the way they did. No, you didn't. I
No,
highly doubt it.
Well, she might
no,
now.
No,
I
Maybe
doubt
when
it.
she
you
was
understand
told.
that,
Maybe.
I guess.
Maybe she was
I
told by
don't.
her
I don't believe.
team.
I don't think so.
This is how they feel.
Yeah,
I'll
she's a
give her the
puppet.
benefit of the
She's a
doubt.
meat puppet.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
that. We just
yeah.
like to make
Yeah.
some jokes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
um,
I want to see more if that's the case because I'm tired of these where they come back all hangdog and how much of it is genuine and how much of it please save my career.
You're right.
I still hate you guys, but I realize you're the ones that have the money that pays me for my jets and
yeah,
well,
no,
I don't
it's
know
like
about her. I don't know how rich
I
she is, but
understand Baron's side and Pop's side and all that
oh
on
yeah, I
this.
understand
It's
pops too. I understand pops. That's why I'm sitting back saying I want to see more.
yeah. See
Oh,
more
more
that she
from this
really means it.
particular actress, you mean?
Yeah, or just some of these people that sit back and say this
Oh,
crap
yeah.
about us
Yeah, just
in
really show
general.
that they care. Like really show it.
I don't know. I don't really follow this one's career. I mean, the next thing
No.
I see she's acting in is The
Mhm.
Accountant 2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's. I didn't even know she was in it. I didn't.
I just had to look it up on Wiki, and I was like, oh, there's all the stuff she was in, going
Yeah.
back to like
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries and the original, which I've
Oh
forgotten
yeah.
about. She
Yeah,
was in the
yeah.
I've heard
originals.
Vampire
Yeah,
Diaries.
yeah. But she finished off with. But I also think that there's a lot of really cool, wonderful things that we did. Name one from the show.
Mm,
For everybody who's seen
well,
this
there's a
show,
look. They got a lot of the
The
look.
Jet,
I mean,
the character they
Jet
got for
Li.
Jet, I thought was good actually.
The actor, I
Yeah,
think
he
he's
looked
the only
good.
one that cared. I
Yeah.
really liked him. He
Mhm.
didn't fit the role. Yes, they did a race swap, but he put a
Well, I guess
lot of
he's supposed.
effort
They said he
into
was
it, and I
probably.
appreciated that.
Yeah, they did. They said he was probably potentially black in the anime. I don't know. That's a
I don't
tough
know.
one to
Alright.
say, but maybe not.
he doesn't look. He doesn't look anywhere
No,
near
he
like a black
doesn't.
Yeah.
person.
I mean, they had a
Uh,
lot of stuff going for them, and you have a lot of idiots that ruined it for a lot of people that did work hard.
yes.
The
Yeah.
ships looked neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ships looks nice. Like some stuff looked nice, some cities, other stuff looked nice. Like yeah, some stuff looked nice, but unfortunately, that's not enough for the
Yeah.
series.
No, it's not enough. It's just, but Faye just literally like
Yeah,
this
it's like
lady
I always
killed the
say, The
show.
Last Jedi is
My
a beautiful looking movie, but a
Yeah.
terrible movie.
It's just
Yeah.
the Last Jedi is a movie that's just there. You can take it or leave it. I think it's
Leave
the
it.
same. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
it's just
beautifully to
there.
it's just
It's
beautiful to
just
look at
there.
Well,
how they created the visuals and everything. That's all. And the story, yeah, we know about the
no.
story. We don't need to go
Well,
It's
into that
just
one.
there.
slight disagreement
3
with you on
hours
that one,
later.
Cash.
Hmm.
Slight disagreement on that one because we remember a lot more of it because Last Jedi really fired us up with the BS they had in there. The big forgettable one is the Rise of Soy Walker
Yeah,
because
Ah,
that
the
was
rise
such
of
whatever.
it's
Palpatine.
really not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really.
it was so blah. It didn't do
It's
anything
it's really
one way or
funny
another.
because you're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, she's a Palpatine. Oh, at the time you think, oh, that's pretty cool. And then when
Yeah,
you go back in your mind and start analyzing things more and more, you're like, now wait a second. they took a lot of these main characters, they put them in the back. They took Rose Tico, put her in the back. They took Poe Dameron, put him more in the
I
back.
should not have mentioned Star Wars, guys.
But really,
I
it's
was
just
about
like
to say, you're wanting to wrap
it's
up your
just,
show, right?
yeah, we're gonna wrap up.
He
and
wants
then
to say about that. He loves us. He loves us so
That's
much.
right.
It's like,
It's just
3
funny,
hours
like
later.
you can
Yeah.
really psych yourself out with those movies to think,
And
oh,
Cash can't
this
stop. Look at him.
this is really good, and then you're like, I can't watch this again. I really thought there was something great here, and there wasn't. Yeah,
I haven't seen Cash so fired up.
Yeah, no, it's like as fast you mentioned this, he's fired up today, you know.
But you know,
He's
like,
wide awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm awake. Yeah. But like,
That's
Andor, I just feel like with Star Wars and a lot of these franchises, you just take them or leave them. Like, it's funny. My dad will say, "Oh, Doctor Who," and I'm like, "Do you really want to watch that?" I always say that to him. Do you
Oh.
really want to watch this stuff? Because he's a true Whovian, and it's like, do you really want to watch this?
Before we continue on
Dust
that,
off the DVDs of Tom Baker
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
so before we continue that talk,
John
at
Pertwee.
least, all the last things, she said, you know, I also wish that we got a second season. Nobody wants it. It's never gonna happen.
Most people do not want it. A majority.
And she said, you know, sometimes you just need one season to get things going. With this one, no. Just no.
Oh, you got it going all right into the trash can. Okay.
Yes.
Exactly. You know, so that at least what you know that this article was longer than I expected because I've not read it before today.
No, I saw that article earlier on in the week. I thought, oh, somebody's going to eventually get to it.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And,
Here we are.
And you can blame Cash who sent it.
I always blame Cash. Doesn't matter.
I didn't expect you.
I was going to
actually
say
read
that's
that
what Baron
one,
and I
but all right.
usually do.
Yeah, you
Especially
know,
when he's not around.
he's a Californian vegan eating bitch.
Vegan, yeah, okay, sure.
Well,
Love you to
at
prove
least he's
that
not,
one.
you know, at least he's not running into the cops in Fullerton, California anymore.
Oh boy.
When he found out that we're filming live
We-
PD down there,
I
mean,
ran
on
to the
Patrol
cops.
Live, he
I
quit
said,
doing
"There's this guy named Baron Orman Tag. I know that's his name. I don't get it either, police officer." But,
Hey, Cash,
yeah.
Cash, you know, restraining orders only work with physical. I can still harass you on the air.
Yeah, exactly.
I just can't get
harass
closer
you
than
too.
500 feet.
But
That's
no,
right.
at least
Still
you know she
harass you
proved
too,
herself
buddy.
to be still a dumbass. But at least she said what she said, and it's over with. So any final thoughts? We're gonna go around the table with any final thoughts about what she did. We're gonna start with our guest Pop with that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Pop.
I don't know what little we talked about tonight. Well, when I was on, it's interesting, I guess. The new Predator movie. I'm kind of, I guess, looking forward to it as much as I'm looking forward to any new movie project on the horizon. It's really hard for me to get worked up and excited about movies nowadays. I might have gotten to the point where I'm too jaded and cynical after being disappointed for so many times.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We've seen all of our beloved franchises go down the drain, whether it's Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, whatever, and it's like all the bad stuff is up there and all the good stuff is being left behind. But yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly. You know, so I do understand why you're feeling like that because a lot of us we have been kicked in the balls, legit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speak for yourself. I don't have any.
Are you kidding? Some of us turned the corner and we got jumped by all these corporate goons who are destroying our favorite franchises.
Yeah, exactly. Look at all the franchises that we do have, and it's just like, yeah, sometimes they can come up with something that can be decent, that's something you can enjoy, but it's not often, and it's not gonna save the franchise.
No, just getting tired of all these remakes, reboots, reimaginings, rehashings.
It's a lot of nonsense.
Put that time, energy, and effort into something new. Yes, it might fail, but you've at least put
You might
something
learn.
new
At
out
least
there.
you tried, you know.
Yeah, at least you tried, really.
There's
That's the
only
most
so
important
many
thing.
times you can retread a tire before you can't do it
Right.
anymore.
Right.
We need more stuff in the vein of Babylon 5, Farscape,
Yes.
Firefly,
Yes.
Dark Matter. I'll even go as far
Exactly.
as to say a good and proper book accurate adaptation of Foundation, because there I was
Oh.
reading Isaac Asimov's Foundation books, and then Apple came out with the TV show, and I started watching the TV show, and I was like, no, this is not Foundation. This is Foundation in name only.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at
And
my
I know
my copies right there, all 3 books. I don't
Yep.
count the other ones. I just count those 3 books as Foundation.
I
I
mean,
just kind of got a little crazy at the end.
like
and
I
I know
know.
that.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Cash.
I understand like Tom and other people. Look, if you like this stuff, it's just for us, it's very hard to separate the insults from, the show. Like what they did with Master Chief. It's like people need to understand
Mm.
you do not show his face ever.
It
If he
should be a
takes off his
mask under the
helmet,
mask.
there can't yes, you either show the mask, you show the helmet, but off screen you don't show his face.
If he
It
ever
just
takes it off, you just see a
mhm.
little bit of his face, like you did in the last game they did, like some years ago, and you just see a little bit of a glimpse of his face or back of his head,
It's
but
just
not but not his full face.
it's very insulting to do that. And so what the things they did in the Halo show, even I know Tom liked it, and so that's fine if you like it. Doesn't matter if you do or not. But those things are insulting, just like what they
It's
did
just
to
like your
Joel.
opinion on it,
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
and that's a
These
good thing
are
that we have different
insults
opinions.
to the characters, though. They're
Well, I mean,
insults.
I'm going to bring up Judge Dredd again. I mean,
Yes.
the biggest thing about the Sylvester Stallone, I might ruffle some feathers here. I think Judge Dredd with Stallone was great up to the point where he took the helmet off, and that's when they lost it. They had the look, they had the feel, they had the
Yep.
the humor, the
But it is the
everything
point
that
when he
was
takes
about
off the
Judge
mask.
Dredd. That was 2000 AD. And then the moment he took the helmet off, it wasn't Judge Dredd no more. And they went to a weird area. I mean, they didn't even get characters correct. It's like let's have Rob Schneider play a character that's not what the character was in the comics.
Hmm.
Fergie,
That's why I love the one with Carl Urban. I thought
Yeah.
that
Yes.
was a
Yeah,
much
the
Yes.
one
better
with
movie.
Carl
Solid
Urban was
movie.
amazing.
Solid
That's a
The
movie.
solid
one that
good
we'll
one, yeah.
probably never get a
And-
sequel to, no
no,
It
matter
deserves
how
a goddamn
badly we
sequel,
want
man.
one.
yeah. But I will always retain on this one the best Judge Dredd film ever made is the fan film Judgmenty. If you have not seen it, look for it.
Yeah,
on the
that's a
list.
good
I actually
one.
have a link for it. I have a link for it on my channel. Plug. But
Of
if
course you
anybody
do.
wants- yeah. But to go there because these are I've been putting stuff on my channel where it's like these are the things you need to watch. Some is fan, some isn't, and Judgmenty is on the top of that. It's brilliant. That has that feel, and these are fans. Why can't you do that?
Exactly.
It's not that they
Exactly.
can't; it's that they won't.
That's right.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
exactly. And it is sad because that movie was great. So
I mean, just listen, just read what Harlan Ellison had to sit back and say, especially with the iRobot as he's bringing the scripts in, and he's talking to the studio heads, and he can tell they did not read the freaking script because, and to prove the point, Harlan Ellison started grabbing shit out of the air about that wasn't in the movie, and yeah, I love that part you had in there.
yeah. um. So Baron, Mike, Cash, any final thoughts of some of the topics that we have talked about today?
I'm going to
Well,
do something about
I'm sorry that I didn't give you my thoughts on the new Predator movie trailer, but I do want to say that for
Yeah, no, I totally
Sunday.
get that.
Oh.
I didn't even know you guys were gonna, have the same article as I did.
Hey, sometimes we cross pollinate there, Jace. You know that.
It
Yeah.
happens after we ended the chill last night with our special guest being Lord Creative Everest Productions. I started working on the thumbnail for Sunday's show and also the schedule for next week. And I thought, you know what? Crit mentioned that new Predator movie when he was on. I do
Mhm.
want to talk about it Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but any other stuff you want to say, Mike?
Well, I'm going to do something that Mike doesn't let me do on Pop Talk anymore. F you, Panada, and just F you. And while we're at it, F you, Mark Hammer, F you.
Why you just F you, man? That's weak.
No, I'm trying to be. I'm trying. I'm not trying to.
Fuck you, shithead, fuckface, fuckhead.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm just. Hey, I'm trying to go in the new
Oh,
direction of the
boy.
show. I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler Baron.
Uh-huh.
But still get your point across, right?
Exactly. Okay, let's go. What's up? Fornicate you, Pinata. Fornicate you. And while we're at it, fornicate Mark Hamill. Just fornicate you. Okay, there we go. How's that?
Yeah, no,
That's more
exactly. Yes.
intellectual. It brings a point. I mean, see,
And-
we could be educated. I
yeah,
went to
right.
school for a day.
What about you, Cash? Any final thoughts for tonight?
No, I always find
About
it
being
funny some of
vegan?
these-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not vegan, but anyways, uh,
I'm
just
sorry,
because
Cash.
just
I'm
because I live in California, it doesn't make me vegan. All right, doesn't work that way.
Or put pineapple on pizza.
That's right. Yeah, I don't.
crime. It's a
pineapple
crime
on
against
pizza.
humanity. I don't care what anybody says. Chase, shut up.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
See, I knew you were gonna because you defend
Yeah,
pineapple,
pineapple on
so just
pizza is
go-
good.
No.
Not too much, but it has to be
The only-
specific pizzas.
The only
It has to
fruit
be
that's on there is
specific
tomato.
pizzas. It has to be specific pizzas when you can have it. Not all pizzas, but certain pizzas you can have it on. I like pineapple. Pineapple is good.
I love pineapple.
There's a grocery store where I live, and they do serve a pineapple pizza, but it's more of a dessert pizza.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like dessert
See-
pizzas. I like proper meat pizzas with a lot of good meat, and sometimes I like to have pineapple on.
No, you're dead to me, Chase. You're dead. No, but the thing is, I have to be careful because guess what the long suffering's favorite pizza is?
Pineapple.
Yeah, she likes the Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian pizza's good.
I ridicule her about it, but she loves it. I mean, that's why we get two different pizzas from Domino's. I get mine, and
Just
she
don't
gets her pineapple poison.
just don't be like the Swedish people who loves to have all this kind of weird fish and weird stuff on pizza.
Hey! I'm Norwegian,
Ew.
Jace. Don't try to associate me with those Swedes. You know, the danger for us going to in there 3 hours. There was a place in Minnesota up by Brainerd, and they have the Commander Inn is the name of the place. It's been ages since I've been there, but they had their garbage pizza, which meant, back in the day when they called it a garbage pizza, everything. They put little shrimp on there, and that was damn good.
Oh, come on. Now you're dead to me, man. No.
Hey, if you don't like shrimp, you're dead to me, okay?
I love shrimp. It's one of my favorite
This was
things,
good.
but not on
good on
pizza,
there.
dude.
Oh, well, you got your pineapple, I got my shrimp, okay? At
Deal.
least I didn't say anchovy. I didn't say anchovy.
Yeah, I don't like that on pizza.
My uncle loved anchovy pizza. It's like, why? They look like little leeches on there.
But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. So
Ew.
of course we're gonna go around the table, and I actually do want to start with our guest today. Even though I know Pacific is also a guest, but I always say that he's part of 540 no matter what because he's family.
He's
But
not Brendan, stepchild.
yeah, exactly. But we do have our fantastic.
Well, because I do have red in my hair. Thanks, man. Thanks.
I do too. It turned a little white now, but yeah, I got rid of mine.
Yeah, but we have, of course, Pop Culture Republic, a good friend of mine, and
Oh,
Tom.
thank you, thank you.
We also do, of course, streams with him with Comic Relief Crusaders normally on Tuesdays and Fridays, and he has a great fucking show on his own channel when
Oh,
he talks about
goodness.
movies and comics and he knows his shit, people. He knows his shit, and I love his takes on a lot of stuff. It's really good. So, man,
Oh,
please
thank
promote
you, thank
yourself.
you.
What's coming up next, brother?
Pop
Just long
Culture
as I don't show
Republic.
my shit.
That's my channel. I talk about anything and everything and anything under the pop culture umbrella, where the comic books, movies, TV shows, anime, K-dramas, whatnot. It's maybe starting a little later tonight, but I'm thinking about doing a short live stream tonight where I'll be talking about some Green Lantern news of all things. Because
Oh, really?
yeah, there's a few articles out there that are talking about the villains of the Green Lantern series or movie or whatever
It's not going to be like 7 villains like James Gunn already did with Superman.
Now, so far it's only 2, and I'm still scratching my head about why they're having it on Earth and why what's his name is training the other Green Lantern, but okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a different take on it. A different take on the characters in the comic
Yeah.
books, but
Exactly.
we can't go by canon anymore. It's like nope, no canon, no lore. No matter how many decades of source material there is out there, it's like no, we got to do our own thing.
Some
Yeah.
Yeah,
stupid
that's
message
me.
in
That's
the
what I
show or
normally talk about on my channel.
yeah.
Yep. So people,
Yeah.
please go and subscribe to him. Please go and
Oh,
subscribe to
thank
him.
you,
I love
thank you.
watching his stuff. And you're always so nice to people when you talk to them. You're always nice, man. I love that. You're so humble. You're so good.
Oh,
Actually,
thank
he's
He's
the
a
you.
good
nicest
guy.
one
So.
on the channel, so it's nice having him around here. All of us assholes, and we got Pop. So I hope we're not
Yeah.
bullying your reputation. So.
No.
Yeah. And of course, Mr. Cash Money, you there?
He's muted.
He went to get.
He's
Yeah,
vegan.
Cash 007, where are
Cash, come on,
you?
dude. Stop eating that
he's
vegan
wrapping
food.
he's wrapping that teriyaki tofu in a leaf of kale right now. It's like, oh, I better get back. Yeah, I'll be right there.
Well, then we're just gonna go to Baron first.
Oh, do we talk? Do we talk to Mike yet?
We are gonna do Mike. We
Oh,
are
you're gonna
gonna
have him
do
back?
Whoa!
Okay.
Phrasing!
phrasing. Yeah, just like yeah. No, I fucked up my own joke because the reason I was gonna do the reason I was
okay,
gonna fuck this
Don't-
matter what I
don't-
say now.
Don't explain anything. We'll just leave it there. So, Mike, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
Okay, we can let Mike do first. Okay, we
Oh,
will.
God.
Okay, so Mike, I know that you have a lot of stuff coming up, and I also know that you and Cash are gonna do the couple game together. What else is coming up?
Whoa, come on, talk about phrasing.
All right, let me gather myself here and just let everybody know I'm Mike of Pacific 404, where I not only talk about pop culture and entertainment with Baron and Cash every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern and every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, but I've also uploaded a couple new videos this week, one related to Metal Eden, which is a new game that's supposed to be coming out later on this year. Now, between the time I've recorded it and uploaded it, it was supposed to come out on the 6th of May, but they postponed that release. But that video has the trailer and also the demo gameplay in it, so please check that out. I also uploaded a video related to Rise of the Ronin, and
It looks so fun.
I managed to beat the boss that I was unable to beat on stream, and I was so frustrated that I deleted that stream, and I was just sitting there going, no, 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 you got to try this again. So I hit the record button. I did hit the mute button because it wouldn't have been good for YouTube with what I was saying.
Put it on Rumble.
Just a pure gamer moment.
But that video is up there. But I'm very excited about it. A brand new live stream that's coming to the channel. It's going to be every other Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it's Star Trek related, where we take one specific episode from any of the 6 series, or sometimes we'll even talk about one specific movie of the original 10 movies, because we are concentrating on the Gene Roddenberry, Rick Berman eras of Star Trek, and we not only discuss those episodes or the movies for 2 hours, or in the case of some 2 hour TV movie episodes, or the movies will go longer than 2 hours, but we're also watching them and pointing out things that we've either noticed all the time when we watch the episode, or things that we may catch for the very first time. And that stream is called The Adventure Continues, a Star Trek discussion. It will begin this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and then every other Saturday after, it'll also be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. and that'll be on the YouTube channel and Rumble channel. Of course, like I said, there's the Sunday edition of Pop Talk at 1 p.m. Eastern, and the Wednesday edition of Pop Talk at 6 p.m. Eastern. And of course, I'll have more Rise of the Ronin this week at 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, and then more WrestleQuest on Thursday at 6 p.m.
Heck
Eastern.
yeah, man. A lot of fun stuff. And the running game,
Yeah.
I'm so gonna get it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fun game. If you like those old style turn based RPGs, you're gonna enjoy it. And
Yep.
it doesn't hurt that it pays tribute to the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh,
And talking
yeah.
about wrestling, I promise you to give my take on a new WWE game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't buy it. Don't buy
I,
it.
I
Skip.
I had a feeling because I've been looking at the reviews and they're
Yeah,
coming back
and
mixed.
I talked to you about that. You could like play online, like this like like you can do quests together. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do together.
Yeah.
That's only on console, not PC.
Well, that's a ripoff then.
That is a big ripoff, and the community creation of people creating stuff is bad. They have done so it's not multi-platform anymore or anything like that. So you get a lot less of creations of other people that can like create characters or outfits or whatever. Yeah, it's a some upgrade on certain stuff in the game, added back some cool stuff, but most of it is a hard downgrade.
And that's interesting because you read some of the reviews and some people are acting like this is the best of the 2K series, and then others saying, well, last year's game had a problem and they came over to this year's version, and some are saying that, WWE 2K23 had problems, which went to 24, which are now on this new version for 25, and yeah,
The best
I
thing
think.
I will say, about the new one, 25, is the story mode. That's one of the better story modes we've had in a long time, and that you can use two characters this time, your own characters,
Mhm.
and it's a lot better story. And they added in that females can fight with men, something a lot of people wanted for a long time. So that got added in. They added in some old mechanics. The quality, it doesn't look much different. They added in some new fighting stuff. That's that's all I can say about the upgrades and their of course the rooster of wrestlers. But that's about
Yeah,
it.
I think the last good wrestling game that came out was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I think that was the last one that had a little bit of everything in it that a lot of fans, including myself,
Yeah.
enjoyed.
So no, I just skip it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. I was really underwhelmed.
Isn't SmackDown Here Comes the Pain the motto of Pop Talk?
Oh, Baron.
Exactly. But we're gonna get to now finally Cash Money, and please also tell us about the couple game you mentioned in your guys' last stream.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no.
Well, you're the one who said it straight out. I even said we were gonna do Mike, and I'm
Oh,
as bad
boy.
as you, man.
Well,
man.
I
remember,
feel bad
Mike
for
is
Mike.
from.
Suddenly he's gonna be, we are gonna do
What
him
is
and a
this?
couple
What is
game.
this? Roast Pacific
Yeah,
Fortnite?
what
Why
what
not?
is going on, man? Yeah, what
Well,
are-
remember, Mike is from California himself too. So I'm
Oh,
just saying.
boy.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ay,
Yet
ay,
and
ay.
yet Norway and California share a lot in common, especially with the
I
pandering
know.
garbage and other stuff.
I know.
Oh yes, I wish
Norway
it
is
wasn't
a
true.
woke crack
Uh-huh.
hole, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like where I live in Norway. You want to know what people call the place that I live in?
Mm.
They call it
Shithole.
Little Africa.
No.
Oh,
Yes, that's
oh no.
that's what it's called here.
Oh boy.
Yes.
But
But you have the
yeah,
floor, man.
so we're just we're just waiting on you, Jace, and then Cranky Old Fans will be back, and that's fine. I know you said it's going to be a few months, so that's okay.
Yeah, after
Of course.
May.
We'll
After May, I aim for.
okay. We'll be ready, and we got to get. We gotta. I don't know. We'll set a goal, I guess, Baron. How many shows we want to do a week once we're back in order. So
Well,
that'll be
only
fun.
one a week.
Yeah,
Only one a
I know.
week.
But I mean total, for the year. So
Well,
we'll see how
I want to
we
do
get
as
there.
many as we can.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I want to involve it into the war room, though, or at least, or
Right.
have the
Yes,
war
we
room
got to get
separate.
that going too.
That's
yeah.
the goal. That's the goal I want to
Mhm.
have. So
Yep. So once we get that back on Rumble, Cash Money Madness, we'll then I guess we'll have to start on the war room, and then we have all those topics, and you saved those
right,
too. So
and we can
we've
add more.
got. I think we can always find topics. I always feel like I don't think it's going to be too hard. I would hope
Well,
not. I mean,
well,
maybe
what's
we
great
would run out at some point.
Well,
But
what's great about it is it's not necessarily about pop culture
no,
today. It's just all
exactly.
across the board.
That's right.
And music, books. It doesn't have to be science fiction, but
No.
it's things that are out there,
Yes.
and it's important to bring up and talk about and discuss. It's so that's what's so great and exciting about Cranky Old Fans. So
Yep.
even
Once
though
we
Cash is
once we
devil,
have that set up, once everything's back with the Jace's situation, then we can
Yeah.
start the war room as well. So because then we can get enough people. I don't think we're gonna have trouble finding guests, and I'm not saying that that it's being arrogant, but no, I don't think so,
whoa,
Jace.
oh God,
This guy, dude.
oh God.
This guy. Yeah. There.
I think he's talking
I
about. I think he's talking about Phil. He has that bromance with Phil.
Oh man,
but yeah, any more you want a commercial for your
yeah,
stuff?
so we got that, and then well, I'm just Baron and I and Mike, and I don't know, we might have a few other people. We're gonna do, I guess, a few. Let's see, next week. Yeah, hopefully next week. Next week we should be able to be back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday, and we'll be playing some Marvel Rivals, and we'll see how that goes. We won't do any unless you guys really want to do competitive. We'll just stick with the regular stuff.
I would recommend that we stick with the quick matches for now.
Yeah,
So Baron can get more of the game under
I
his
agree.
feet.
Yeah, competitive is really a pain in the
Yeah,
ass
I
because
was doing
Yeah.
better than you guys that game. Come on.
it's a pain because
I thought-
people even on bronze level, they just don't push, they don't try, and so you're like, okay guys, we gotta, even if you're stuck in your spawn, it's like, okay, we all push together, or maybe somebody should say something in the team chat or whatever. Like, it doesn't happen, and then people go, oh, it's just bronze, and I'm like, that doesn't mean anything.
If the enemy team is right at your spawn point, what you gotta do is you gotta stay in your spawn point, but you gotta keep push them back.
That's right.
Mhm.
Push them back.
We need to wrap up before we
sometimes-
go on the 4-hour mark.
Yeah, exactly, right. Well, we're gonna go 6 hours, right? So we can drive Jace crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I love it.
Yeah, so so
Well, we
we
can
got that
finish.
coming
You can
up
go if you want.
on the Phantom Hooligans, and that'll also be on Twitch on Cash Money 007. So those are the things coming up right now, and then I'm working on some other stuff. All right, next person.
And everybody, if you're interested, Cash does suck a lot for $5.
No,
Whoa.
I don't think so.
And then, of course, Paranorman
No.
Tag.
Hey, everybody, the Baron is back. And I'm going to talk to you guys afterwards about that. But Baron is back, and let's see, he did Cranky Old Fans. Of course, Mike did his Pop Talk. We are on Jason's show. I don't have to worry about any of that. So I'm going to be, of course, I've been starting to do 2 game streams a week now. Monday, 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Of course, it's going to be Contraband Police. I missed last one because the weekend. A little thing was happening called Easter. You might have heard of it. But I hope to have a new one out on Monday. Yes, comrades, I'll be protecting Afghanistan from you capitalist pigs. I'll make sure that I stop and get your contraband. Keep you from invading, bringing in your cheap alcohol, your cheap cigarettes, instead of our pure vodka and our great cigarettes. And, of course, your counterfeit money. defying our great leader by putting his face on the artificial money. So be there, please, and watch me as I protect Arkanistan, the great Arkanistan. Make making Arkanistan great always is our motto. We're mega. So that's 5 o'clock on this great man, Baron Omenteg's Fandom Legacy. 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Capitalist Pig Savings Time. And on Wednesday, I'm going to try to keep put it on so there's a good space between Pop Talk and the game stream. The other one is Police Simulator, which has been a very popular indie out there. A lot of people have been playing it. And I decided I played a lot of hours on it. It's like, well, let's start fresh, put it on the stream. My first one was last Wednesday, or yesterday, I should say. So that's 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Please, 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 if you want to, go and watch it. A lot of fun. That first one was a lot of explaining about how the game and mechanics were, as well as doing what you're on the game. So you bring you up to speed if you're not familiar with it. Both games are indies from Europe, and they're great. Come on, game developers, why can't you do this? Other than that, let's see. Am I doing anything more exciting? Well, first of all, just finished today doing filming of another episode with Pops, talking about films that we haven't seen. And I'm not going to say the name of the film. Hopefully, it'll be out like next week. But I've been doing every fortnight on his show. The first one was Transers. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's on Tubi. Transers. Tim Thomerson, a great actor when it comes to these films. The other one was, of course, The Rocketeer, which we had that impromptu after show watch party. Great film, also underrated. And this one goes back in the category of your B films. I will say this one name to give a little hint: Roger Corman. But there's so many Roger Corman films out there. But this is one that he actually divorced himself from. And I just sent something to Pops of a film that I think we should watch as well. I have never seen, and I want to. I'm not going to say the name of that also. So we're doing that, and I want to do a shout out. Yeah, I want to do a shout out though to a compadre of mine, because I've noticed streams started happening from him, live streams. That's my brother from another mother. That's 24/7 Fusion Media.
Hell yeah, I saw him coming live
Yes,
back
I saw
again,
our
man. I was
brother.
so happy.
24
Yes.
is back.
He is back in
Back
action.
blowing that shit up. People, please
Oh, snap.
show him love. And
Hell
now that
yeah.
I see him back, you know I'm gonna nag the hell out of him to bring back the Kings, because that was
Yes,
so
do
much
that.
fun.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I sent a text to him saying, "Come on, man." I was basically, "Hey, you're back." Hopefully, I got the right number. He changed numbers, so maybe he changed another one to get away from me. But I'm gonna make sure I get a hold of him, because, he is
Try
a great
doing
guy.
him on X or even Discord.
Yeah, I'm going to do that next. I don't know if I got him on Discord, but I know I got him on X. So that's going to be, if I don't hear something on my phone, I'm going to go that way. So, but yeah, it's great to see him back. I want to do a shout out, give him some love. He knows his stuff, whether it's movies, comic books, video games. I'm in awe.
He
of the
knows how to
man.
find everything for cheap.
Yeah. And he can also get that information if there's something that, hey, do you know anything about this? And expect a lecture about 3 hours. So my brother's back. Good to see you, man. I told him, I sent in the text, I said, I'm going to give you a shout out, man. This is my shout out. So I love you, 24, as a brother. So glad to see you, man. Yeah, I love you in the
There we
most way.
go.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
Exactly.
It might be a bromance, but that's about the furthest I'll go.
Anything more?
No, that's about it. I wanted in on that one because that was so exciting to see these back. So I gotta sit back and watch those.
Exactly.
Next time, tell me, man. Don't surprise me like that.
That's how I was too. Because
yeah, I was surprised too.
I
man.
checked
Like,
Monday.
what?
It's like, what? 24 was live on Sunday. Oh man, I
Yeah,
missed it.
I catched him live. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, I would have been there in a heartbeat. Like,
Yeah, I
yo,
catched
I'm
ham. I
back.
wrote in the chat, man. It was so good, It was a
Your
good
boy's back.
conversation, and
We got to get him over here.
yeah, dude. I've done streams with him before. He's just such a great guy. So everybody out there,
Yeah.
please go and subscribe to him. Give him some fucking love. He has, this deep, sexy voice that people love. He knows a lot about comics and stuff. It's just amazing stuff.
He'll turn.
I'll get his
that-
link.
Yeah.
Get his
I mean,
link. Thank you so
he's a
much.
great guy. He goes out there, he blows that shit
And
up. So we're gonna be
with
talking about
that,
stuff with your
I
Yo-Yo
think you're
Boys
a
back.
mod, Pacific.
I am.
I think so.
Yeah, then you can post it in the chat.
He has
I'm
the
doing that
power.
right now. I'm doing that right now, boss.
Aye, aye. But well, for me, just waiting for the link. There we go.
I'm
There it
posting
is.
Yo.
it in
There
all
it
3
is.
channels, so just
Yep.
give me a
There we
second.
go.
And I'm gonna
So,
do some shout out on X about him, man.
please go and show him a
And
lot of
also
love.
he looks like he either uploaded the video or he may be live because he just went.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
crap,
he
I
went
think-
live earlier. It looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I
He
saw
did
he's
some
got
live
2
stuff
out now,
earlier.
at least. Yeah.
He is getting there, man. So please, people, give him some love. Such a great guy. I'm so happy
Yeah.
he's back because we have been missing you, 24. We
Yeah.
have been missing you for so
Yep.
long.
Amen. Yeah. No doubt about it. He's like, come on, man.
Exactly.
And I've had people coming to me and going, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like, I want to know myself. I mean, maybe Loki knows a little bit more. I don't know, but it's like, come on, man. So I hope this is it.
Exactly.
I hope.
And
this is the new
I'm trying not
renaissance.
to bug Loki because I know Loki has a lot on his table right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I do want to say hail to Vor, even though we are wrapping
Yo,
up.
Vor.
But thank you for popping in.
More. He
Watch
knows
the
when to
replay
come
if you
in.
want to. I know it's a long one. This is a long show. But
We had too much fun, man.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes it happens, you know. Sometimes you want to try to beat Zack Schneider's time limit.
Yeah.
But other than that, for me, of course, you always find me here, of course. But sometimes, of course, you can find me with Comic Relief Crusader, and of course, Pop is there, and of course, Tom is there. So please go and subscribe to Tom too, Technosapien Geek. The links are in the bio. And no, so you can find me there with Pop, and sometimes I am with, of course, Sir Talks a Lot when he does his What the F Food. So when he's doing that again, I will try to, of course, show up. And I think this Sunday I will be on Vinyl Revival, where he is. I just made, a thumbnail for the show. We are going to talk about Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance album. So we're going to talk about that. I'm really excited for that. And I think, yeah, it was this Sunday. He's planning to do a stream to interview me also with the music and the stuff that I do. So I am gonna, of course, share the links when that happens. And every time I try to be a guest at with other people, I will always try to share that out as much as I can. And a lot of other stuff in the works. I'm working on my second soft album. I'm working on that. And my book is basically finished. The story is finished. It's just going through some rewrites and context stuff like that. So really excited for my book to come out when it's 100% with everything. Really excited for it. The story, I really love the story that is created, and just really excited to share it. Been working on this for a long time, and it's just a good feeling when I see how close it is to actually to be released. It's a good feeling when it's closing up. But other than that, as I always say, life's too short, make the most of it. And we in this panel, we love you, we appreciate you. None of us could have been here today if it wasn't for all of you great peeps out there. It means the world to us. You guys inspire us, and just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It means the world. And with that, again, we will see you next time. Hopefully, it will be a Skullcast on Saturday. I hope it will be. Hopefully, Tom will get his tech issues fixed. Hopefully. But other than that, have a great one, everybody, and goodbye. Have a great
Love you
weekend.
all.